3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 7, 9, 12, 14, 18,
Is it camera?
70. No, that's just how I count when anybody else
nothing
counts.
for you here.
Hey, welcome to Talkin' Shit. I'm Eddie Yift. We're here in the Rape Cottage. I've got a whole cast of characters on the couch. We're going to start with Harlow, who's been drinking a lot of beer. She's ready to go. No, I've got Geoff Keith beside me. Geoff Keith, famous from the Geoff Keith show.
Oh.
What else? Come on,
I've
Geoff.
got an MTV show on right now.
He's got an MTV. What is your MTV show on right
called
now?
Jerks with Cameras. It's on Thursday nights after Ridiculousness.
And he sounds black, but he's really white.
I'm sick. Do I sound black?
You do sound black right now.
A sick black guy.
I'm the black guy on the show.
The black guy here tonight just to get our, because it's Martin Luther King month, I think. I don't know. But we've also got Josh and Josh from the Josh and Josh show. And
right.
they
I have a last name.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Haness.
Thanks.
It's Haness.
It's been Haness my whole life, but it's Haness.
It is
by
Haness
birth.
correctly.
Yes.
And Josh Weinstein of the
Weinstein.
Weinstein. You're a Steen,
I
you're a
changed
Stein.
it to sound less Jewish.
Did you really?
No, it's Weinstein. That's how do you take
Why
the
you put
W
all the
off?
Jews
Is
on the
one of
same
them
podcast?
Jewish?
Take the
Is
W.
one Jewish and one isn't?
No, they're both Jewish.
That's what I thought. Is
Yeah,
one
definitely.
less Jewish?
Weinstein, I think.
Weinstein's more German.
Yeah, definitely. No, but if you take the W off, what do you have?
Einstein.
Would you ever say Einstein?
Yes, I would.
Okay, all right, well,
When I get a bagel. Einstein's bagels. It is.
Listen, if it was Weinstein, I'd be doing a lot better in this
Ift
business.
is very Jewish.
It is?
No,
No.
it's German.
Come on.
German.
Yeah, it's kill
Nazi
Jews.
German?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
totally.
mine's German too, but not the
Not the kill Jews.
not the
type.
kill Jews. No.
I'm not the kill Jews.
It's
Yeah,
the
I'm-
get killed type.
I'm German.
I was the.
I mean, Jewish. I'm Jewish.
What are you?
Jewish.
Are you really?
We're all Jewish.
You're not Jewish.
I am.
Are you? No wonder you guys are working.
What is, I'm on,
Josh
I'm
isn't.
on
You're not
MTV.
Yeah, with this hairline, I'm Jewish.
What
You're
are
not
you?
Jewish?
I am.
Oh.
What are you? You're Jewish too?
Yeah.
How did all these Jews get in my house?
We started comedy with you
I
in
don't
New
know.
York, Eddie. That's how.
I'm like Eddie If the German rounding up all these Jews.
I got the Mexicans and the Jews. Tony, who's doing the animation on the show now, is it Solano? Yeah. Is that Mexican? Italian.
yeah.
Fuck, finally.
Tony Solano.
Somebody that's
Hey, Tony
Nice.
Solano from Mexico. Hey, we gonna
Hey.
cross this fucking border or what, huh?
Yo, you want a taco?
You want a fucking rigatoni taco?
I didn't know.
Go
I,
to Solano's for dinner.
I figured
We're just in Southern
everybody
California.
that works on the show, you pretty much have to be Mexican to work on the show. We got
With what you're paying?
we have Jose, Pablo, Tiesto.
Those are Jewish names.
I don't know.
Tony's holding a bowl of spaghetti and a Goodfellas DVD. You're like, what is that, Mexican?
What's your show on MTV? Does everybody have a show on MTV now? There's like dudes.
There's a lot of us on it.
Yeah, there's a show called like Dudes with Dudes or something.
Oh, Guy Code. And
Yeah, Guy
Dude, I
Code.
got a
Dudes
funny
with
story.
dudes?
That's Oz.
That's our show.
What is it? Guy Code?
Dudes with dudes.
Oh, Dudes on Dudes.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell a third-hand story. One of the guys on Guy Code, the whole point of that, I don't watch those shows, but like Guy Code apparently is like, Guy Code, this is what you do, guys. Like, if your bro likes a girl, you don't fuck, that's
Yeah,
what it is,
yeah.
right? So one of the guys who's like pretty popular now as a comic from Guy Code, my
Is that
buddy.
Jeff Dye?
No, Jeff's on Girl Code and Guy Code, but this isn't.
There's Girl Code
That's when
and
more-
Guy
it's
Code.
Jeff's
like
on
Mork and
everything,
Mindy
man.
crossing
There's a
with Happy
TV
Days.
show. They're like, can Jeff Dye be on
Yeah,
it, please?
he's
No.
funny and he's good looking.
Yeah, but no, it's not Jeff Dye. I'm buddies with Jeff Dye. This other guy I'm not buddies with, but I know. But some other comic told me back east. I'll just make this story as short as possible. Basically, this guy's famous for Guy Code. He wanted to hook up with this guy, my buddy's like girl who wanted to hook up with my buddy. He was like a hookup of my buddy, who's one of his good friends, and she knew the deal. But like this other guy's like, hey, can I make a move? He's like, go for it. I don't want to mess with her tonight. Takes her back to the hotel room. She doesn't want to do anything. She's like, I don't know. I think the other guy, blah blah blah. And so my buddy texted him like, yeah, man, she's a really cool girl. Go for it. Because he already knew the girl was texting him like, yeah, I'm not into this guy. I want him to get out of my room. And then 20 minutes later, the guy's getting nowhere with the girl. So he shows her the text from the guy, from my buddy, who was like, yeah,
Saying
go for it. She go.
it's all
Ruined
you.
my buddy's friendship with one of his best hookups, best friends. And this guy's famous for the show Guy Code. The most un-Guy Code thing to do.
Nope.
Will you tell me off air who it is?
No code.
Yeah.
Will you give me
You
the
probably know who
will
it
you
is
give me
'cause
the
he's a New York
initials
guy.
right now?
Yeah. A.S.
AS.
He's a New York guy.
Is he a young
My
guy?
buddy's name is Ben. Haig. Why am I taking my time?
No one's gonna
Hey,
listen
yes.
to
My
this.
buddy,
Leave it
ben,
to
my
the
buddy
news.
Ben Haig told me that story. And Ben's like a super nice. Ben's like the coolest dude.
This is
like,
talking shit. You should have brought out. You bring it all out.
His
You-
middle name begins with an S too.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, you didn't get that.
Oh, this fucking.
Didn't you get that? Yeah,
That's so great because Ben refused to tell the story.
So
and
it's
now you
Andrew Schultz.
guys-
Andrew Scholes. He's Jewish too, right?
I don't know.
He's got to be Jewish with a name like Scholes. Schultze. Now that would be German.
Schultz, yes.
Wasn't that the guy
That was
in
German.
Hogan's Heroes?
Yes, that's right.
Schultze. Oh, we've been.
How old is the
And Charlie Brown.
demographic listening to this?
We were just talking
You
about
did a
that.
Cosby show. Remember, you guys remember this from the
We-
Cosby show?
the whole
Hogan's
last,
Heroes?
The whole last episode we talked about Happy Days,
Oh, really?
about how the origin of Jump the Shark and Fonzie, how fucking douchey he was as a real human. Like if you looked at a guy that lived above a garage.
He
and-
was Jewish too, by the way.
Henry
Is
Winkler.
Everybody in this bit. No wonder. I'm gonna convert.
That's the proof.
Where
that
do
Jews
I
run
already
the
tried to
media.
If you
Quick,
convert, this show will start streaming live.
Automatically.
You don't have to edit it anymore.
Are
Automatically.
you wondering why this is online and not on the television?
You say you're Jewish, this goes to Vimeo.
Iftowitz.
We're off of YouTube. I'd be Iftberg, I think.
Ifberg?
I'd like to be Iftberg.
It's a little easy.
I'm gonna. I want to switch. Where's the name change?
Eddie Ifta was Jewish.
I always talk about that. Like, I was talking about how, like, the day after the Germans surrendered in the war, how many people named Hitler went to the name changing office and were like, I gotta change this thing. Can you give me? No.
I'll even take Bin Laden. I just don't want Hitler anymore.
How many people? There had to be a shitload of Hitlers.
Yeah, you don't
No,
see any Hitlers anymore.
I had a friend. His grandparents lived in some retirement community in Florida, and their neighbors were the Hitlers.
Least popular in the South Florida Jewish retirement
In Boca
community.
Raton, not yeah.
We're going to the Hitlers for the high holidays.
It's the Heil holidays.
If they try to get you in the showers, don't
Don't.
go. Is there there really were people named?
Yeah.
Google if there's anyone named Hitler, and like go Yellow Pages and then Hitler. I don't believe there's a
If your name's Hitler nowadays, your first name should be Adolf.
like by law.
Yeah.
By law.
It's probably something common like Scott Hitler.
Yeah.
I don't.
Scott Hitler, he's an open micer at the Laugh Factory.
I've checked popular baby names, and Adolf is not in the top 1 million. People are
No.
not. People are not.
Adolf, besides him being who he was, like, I mean, Adolf is kind of a cool first name.
Jewish too,
Besides
by the
being-
way.
Oh, that's a Jewish name.
This guy I knew growing up had a pit.
Don't they
and
say that
Hitler.
Hitler was?
He was
Jewish?
half. He was half.
Is he half Jewish? Was I
Yes,
heard that's
yeah.
just like an urban myth.
No,
But you know, it's not an urban myth. Is he was like supposedly like definitely gay. Like him and his like driver guy for the weekends would always go to Vienna and just like not hear people wouldn't hear.
no, that
from
was
him.
just the German way.
It was called.
That was just the-
That's when
that
they
was-
titled it Vienna sausaging back then.
Isn't that the weirdest
I
thing?
just, I've been reading about crystal meth, and they say that Hitler used to do meth all the time.
You ever seen a speech? He would walk out and stand there for an hour and not say anything, and then immediately flip out.
Like he,
That's why I said he's such a good speaker. He, wouldn't say anything
I
for a long
think
time.
When he died, I remember I did a tour of Germany with a German like a professor that showed us like where he died. We went through the Eagle's Nest and all this shit. And the guy said when he died,
What kind of camp? What was this?
It's-
tour?
It's a parking lot now where his bunker was.
yeah,
I was
it is
there.
a parking lot.
Yeah.
You know when you guys go off to camp in high school,
At the Jewish camp.
the
I look
Germans,
over-
we go,
You go see the greatest hits.
we go to the shrine.
They go to the real camps.
Jesus.
We did. We went to Dachau and but they
It's a
told
feel-good tour.
They
is
told
what
us something
call it.
like Hitler died with like 8 different drugs in his body. The guy was just fucking mainlining shit. Like cuz he could do anything he wanted. So he'd be like, "Give me that shit." Imagine if you're like look, Michael Jackson was able to get a hold of fucking some hardcore fucking drugs.
Yeah.
Imagine what Hitler could get a hold of.
Almost as much as Michael Jackson, probably. If you think
There
Hitler's-
are. Look at this. Peter Hitler, Christopher Hitler,
There is a
Noah
Scott
Hitler,
Hitler.
Scott Selvin
We gotta-
Hitler,
let's call
Peter
Scott
Hitler,
Hitler.
Charlotte Hitler.
I bet you Karen Hitler's cute.
How do these people?
Sue Hitler.
How do these people?
Sue Hitler for everything.
Do you know
Yeah,
every
exactly.
time they say their name, somebody goes, and they're like, no, not
Just
really.
imagine playing sports growing up. Hitler, I'm open.
Good
How do you
game,
make
Hitler.
a reservation?
Hey, Hitler, hit the showers.
Yeah.
Good game.
Jesus.
Hey, Hitler, good game.
Oh, look, there's an
You saved
Adolf.
our asses out there.
Okay, that's just these guys are just
Newtown Square, Pennsylvania.
Those are just Orange County
No,
band names.
way.
no, they've renamed.
Holy
These
shit.
are just white supremacist.
Yeah.
people.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
not,
the white supremacists.
not living in, wait, go back to spring, wait.
Come on.
Nobody names a kid Adolf Hitler, and then someone tells them later, you know about Adolf Hitler, and they're like, what happened?
Wait, look at the guy who had to put Adolf M. Hitler in there. Even put his
Maurice. Adolf Maurice Hitler.
We have to get a hold of one of these guys. Is there's any way to phone?
Georgia.
That
Yeah.
should be the name of a hipster
See
band.
if you
Adolf
can,
Hitler.
see if you can find a phone number of an Adolf Hitler. We need to call one and just go.
Excuse me, mein Führer.
Hey, I read your book, man. Let me tell you something. You sound angry.
I don't believe.
I read Mein Kampf, and it was a Kampf to finish.
A what?
Mein Kampf.
Yeah.
My struggle. That's what it's translated.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
That was a
struggle.
really good joke, but nobody got
Hey,
that
man.
except for.
Well, when you have to take Sunday school, Hebrew school, they tell you what Mein Kampf means in
They
every
tell you that
language.
Is
Mein
that where
Kampf?
you learned that?
Yeah.
Like you study that kind of shit in Hebrew school?
Oh, you learn about the guy who tried to kill all of you.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I
they
didn't learn
train
about that
them.
in Hebrew school.
Yeah, we learned that too in
I went to a
Catholic
very-
school, and it was called the Jews.
I went to a very reformed, guilty Hebrew school. High on guilt.
Hey, speaking. Now I know Josh and Josh from. Nobody's ever going to get it straight which one of you is which.
It's
on
fine.
This, but it's like you're one.
Interchangeable.
I've known you guys for 15 years or
Since
something.
mid-90s.
my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe almost 20.
We were in the
Jesus,
sketch
almost
group for
20.
about a day.
That's right.
Yeah.
But we have more photos from that. For some reason, we did more publicity shots.
We did one show and I didn't even make it because I was like on an airplane delayed
Oh, yeah, that's right.
at Caroline's.
Oh, my God. That's
And
right.
that was with Justin Foreign.
Yep.
And you know,
Dimitri was helping us out. too.
Dimitri Martin.
Was
who-
it our intern? Whatever happened to him? He's okay?
He did okay. I think he's doing some stuff with my former opener, Kevin Hart.
Okay. They'll land on their feet.
He landed on his feet.
What if you would have just made that flight or whatever, you know? So what if things
I
would have
know.
been way different? It's like Mr. Destiny, that Belushi movie. Eddie makes the flight, the sketch group ends
Mr.
up like
Destiny.
the Chappelle show never happens, but Eddie F show happens.
The Eddie If show.
I have 7,000 of those. Like, you know the movie Sliding Doors where she gets on the subway and it shows if she didn't get
yeah.
on the subway.
Yep.
Like, and it shows two different movies. I have that happen every week.
It's just Eddie Ift closing doors.
Yeah, it's Eddie making the wrong decision every time.
Eddie, you're outside like auditioning for a Scorsese movie. Someone goes, "Hey man, can I just go in front of you real quick? Because I just got something." You're like, "Dude, no problem." Scorsese's like, "I'm sick of auditioning people. Next guy gets it." What the fuck?
Have you ever read those Choose Your Own Adventure books?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, where if you take the wrong turn,
It's
it's
like, hey, do you not like
died.
reading and want to tell somebody you read a whole book? You read 6 pages. Look what I just finished.
I'm every time you choose the wrong adventure. Every time I go down there, like, okay, and you're fired. End of book. I don't know why someone's never made a Choose Your Own Adventure movie. How great!
It's
would
a
Well, they
short
tried
film,
that.
dude.
Well, they tried that.
But yeah, they did
remember
try it. Yeah, I
with,
think.
and also with Clue. Remember-
Really?
Remember
Yeah.
when Clue came to theaters? It depended on which screening you saw, but there was a different ending
Wow.
to it.
Yeah, but
Just gets people talking.
but I thought it would work cool if it was like on an iPad where you could watch and then you choose.
All right, someone get this down.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you go down another route and then you choose. And
They
you
should
go,
do a movie where it's like choose your own actor, and you get to choose which guy plays the role.
Oh, I'd have Ben Stiller every time. I wouldn't have Ben Stiller ever, except to, and he'd have to have he'd have to show his arms in every.
You don't like Ben Stiller?
Yeah,
I just
what's
don't
that?
like that he always shows his arms in
Oh, right.
every movie.
He's working
Well, come
out.
on, Ben Affleck.
What about him?
Just has to take his shirt off.
I'd fuck.
For no
Oh, I'm just kidding.
Argo.
Did he take his
You guys
shirt
know
off?
how hard-
Oh, he did pull-ups.
Why?
Didn't he do
No, that
pull-ups?
was
Yes!
in like that was in Argo.
No,
in Argo.
That was
he's-
in Daredevil or something.
d-
No, that was in that movie.
where he was the cop in
Yeah.
Boston. That's
Yeah.
that's half of them.
sort
No,
of
he-
exactly.
No, he wasn't
yeah.
the cop.
In
They did-
Argo,
they
that
were doing
wouldn't
the heist.
fit.
No, in Argo for some reason.
Josh is upset. By
He just took him off during the credits. I was coming up with a dumb joke.
What the fuck was that movie? That was that Boston movie or whatever.
not the Departed.
It wasn't the part, the one that did
somebody
that
died in a river.
Jeremy Renner was like his boy or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that.
Yeah, he
I
did
don't
pull-ups in that
Oh,
movie.
yeah. Oh, shit.
Let me tell you something, man. You
I just
diet
saw
and get abs and shit like that, and I'm gonna be like, yo,
No, it's because
showing people what I've been
everybody
doing.
in Hollywood does steroids. They go,
Was
oh,
Casey Affleck
I'm
in that
fat.
movie
I've been
too?
eating all kinds of shit.
Right.
I got to
When
do a
somebody
movie
died in
in
the
6
river?
months. Give me some HGH.
Guarantee he'll be the first Batman.
Gone Baby
to-
Gone? Is
to
that what we're
be-
talking about? Was that the movie?
Sure. No, that's
No, he didn't do
nice
pull-ups
one.
in Gone Baby Gone.
What the fuck is the name of that movie?
I know. I can't
Can we
remember.
get Ben Affleck?
The Town?
The
Town.
Town, that's the
The
name of it.
Town.
Yes.
He does pull-ups in
That was
Town.
the year of the Boston movie. There were like 8 Boston movies there.
Wait, can we go back to him being Batman? I'm not upset about it. I don't care.
I don't care either. I don't know why everyone's upset. Who's supposed to be Batman?
Yeah, I know.
That was a
Like,
weird.
who's-
They got mad
Who's
at
an acceptable Batman?
Michael Keaton was the best.
I don't know. I
Batman
thought you could get
anyways.
an actor.
You really don't like Ben Affleck?
Oh my God.
I
As
love
John Viner called him, the cork in the bottle of talent. Get out of the way. Let other people take a chance.
I like the town. He's a good director. Josh
Like
is
he's
upset.
not
You don't like anything he does. Huh?
Josh,
No.
Josh, you have to respect his authority on acting. He's wearing a kerchief in his pocket.
Listen,
Somebody's
got a
I have a
pocket square.
degree. I have a degree
Oh,
in theater and dance.
and wait, when I met Josh, let me tell you about Josh.
You
over
have
here.
so many pictures of Ben Affleck doing pull-ups when you scroll this way.
Look at that. See?
I knew Will Smith from I Am Legend was going to show up too.
Our
or
fans
whatever
hate
that
when
is.
we do this. All we do is watch shit on Google. Stop, Cody. Stop. Josh Weinstein.
Steinberg.
Owitz. We met
Hitler.
when you were a bartender at the Room in New York City,
That's correct.
and you used to. Do you
Get-
still work for him ever?
No.
Okay, good. Then I can say this.
Yes.
I used to go in there, and you'd be bartending. I would just grab a glass and go to the tap and fill myself up.
That's pretty much That's
Everybody
time.
did that.
Yeah.
I used
That's
to
how we
go
were
in and
packed.
visit him too, and just fill up just take bottles of champagne out.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
I don't
So
think
did
I
Viner.
ever paid for a beer there.
You shouldn't have.
And you can walk in with your iPod and just plug it in and play your tunes.
Yeah.
Hey Josh, what
It was
happened to that
artists.
job?
I know. I worked for 17
We
years
all
for
got
that.
fired.
Yeah.
Wrongful
Oh yeah,
termination.
you worked there too. But I'm talking when
In
he worked the
Venice.
first room, the
Yeah,
one
yeah.
in New York.
No, we had it was a artists. Were
All the
supported.
bartenders.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's it was all anybody who was in a stockbroker, they paid,
yeah.
and the art
As they should.
They
As
have
they
pictures
should.
of the room now.
We
on-
pay for everything, so they.
yeah.
But what it was a
Like,
little.
why
It
are we
was a
paying
little.
$28 a
it-
beer? Socialism.
It was a little
Yeah.
bar in Soho, and
Beer and wine.
weirdly, I moved in there around the block from it. And my first day, like coming home from like the Comedy Cellar, I looked at him like, "Oh, this is a good little bar. I think I'm going to come in here." And I met all the bartenders who are now I'm still friends with, like all of you guys.
That's so funny.
And you guys came out here when the bar came out here too.
Yeah.
The
We're
owner
giving them so
opened-
much publicity right now.
I know we should
I know,
stop.
we should
We
stop.
should
Yeah,
stop.
F
We
them.
should
Don't
stop.
go.
We're contributing to a
drug den.
cocaine habit.
Yeah, to drug them.
My coke habit got horrible when I was working there.
Okay, here's where this story gets great. Jason, who used to be on the show, ended up working for the guy that owned the bar.
Yeah.
Opened a restaurant called Local 1205.
Ay.
Our guy that used to live on our couch that we used to terrorize went and got a job with him. He didn't want us ever saying that he worked there because the job he had prior to that, our fans found out and Yelped the place and ruined it.
Yeah.
So
They don't have to
I
worry.
wasn't
That place is ruined already.
I wasn't allowed to say where he worked. So I went there one day and I took a picture of him in front of the sign that said Local 1205 and I posted on the Facebook page. Our fans are horrible. One of them sent in a Yelp with my picture as the icon and it said,
No.
I went here, the food was okay, but the fat guy that served it to me, I'm pretty sure he shit on his hands before he handed me his food. I've
He
never
got
smelled
promoted to manager.
and I get a call the next day. Get it off!
No way.
He's like, they're gonna fire me, and I go, I don't know who did it. I don't know how to stop it. So he ended up quitting there, and now he works somewhere very close that I'm not allowed to talk about.
Howls.
Are we going there after?
Jelena.
No, it wouldn't be open right now.
All right, we'll put it together. He's at Groundworks Coffee.
No, that's where he started. That was the
Okay.
first place he got fired from. There
This
he
is
is.
all Venice
there he
Beach
is.
talk.
Yeah, but they'll find him. The fans. I'm not going to tell you where he is, but if any fans can find him, I
Right.
dare you. Just see if you can. I don't think you can because I won't tell. But you. No, I don't think they will. He loses his mind if the fans, get him in trouble.
You're encouraging them.
No, I'm not encouraging them. I'm just saying I don't think they could find him at this point.
Now it's a challenge.
No.
What do they win?
What do they win?
Yeah, if they find him.
Comfort.
A gift certificate to that place where he works.
Oh, he would love it if they came in to say hi. Tony, are you a fan of Jason Hour?
No, I saw him though.
Where?
Boardwalk, like 2 weeks ago.
What?
My friends were just going
Give him a microphone. There was a Jason Hour sighting.
Yeah, I just saw him on the boardwalk, and he was just talking to this homeless dude.
So
it was like,
Homeless to homeless.
How did you? Yeah, how did you tell them apart? I'm just,
well, one of them was Jason, the other one was just really loud. And Jason was kind of like, come on, man, chill out. And I was like, maybe I should say, hey, Jason. But, like, he was in mid-semi-argument.
Sounds
It
like
looked
Jason.
like, I don't.
Yeah, I'm getting a home.
Yeah, your mic's
Sorry.
fucked up. It's not your fault. It's the microphone. This is Tony Solano, the Italian Jew. Or
The
Italian
The Italian Mexican. But no,
Mexicalian.
me and my friends were just walking up Venice Beach, and we saw him arguing with some homeless dude. Arguing, like, kind of like, quiet down, man. Like, this dude was losing his shit, and Jason was like, chill.
Yeah, he is the moderator of all the crazies on the beach. He used to.
It was
he
weird.
used to be the guy that controlled. You would know who this guy is if you saw him.
What does he do?
He lived on my couch for 6 months and then became the star of the show.
Oh.
Yeah, for a long time he was on the show, and then he got mad because we almost got him fired from Local 1205. And
Does
left.
he
Did
have
him a
quick-
good thing.
Yeah. Does
Yeah,
he have
what-
his own podcast yet?
Yes, he does.
Is it the Hour?
It's the Hour of Power.
No, it's the Hour.
Yeah, he does. He's not that smart.
Oh, all right.
We used to call him the Hour of Power, so
Right.
that's what he called his podcast. But he doesn't do it anymore because he can't finish anything.
Look at that beard. He
can't
almost
finish it.
grew.
He's just
Right now he's taking a poop and he just cut it off halfway through.
we
Can't
talk-
finish
we,
anything.
we could talk about it for hours, but there's 150 episodes of that where we just tortured him for
Oh, yeah.
150 hours. So Josh and I met in New York, and Josh and we used to do stand up together at Stand Up New York.
I worked the door there, and you were one of the comics.
And
I
there-
was just starting.
You were also one of the comics. You were one of Tim Davis's favorite molested children.
I was. I got emotionally molested by him.
Yeah, he was not a nice person, was he?
Nah, he was just he was a failed comic who did a 12-step program after coming back from a drug crash, and he implemented his 12-step program at the same time he took over a comedy club, used his 12-step tactics to teach comedy to people.
And to manipulate girls.
And he manipulate women and girls and then book a comedy show with people that bought into his bullshit.
Yeah, it was really creepy.
It ruined stand-up New York for a long time, but I still got to see a lot of good comics.
Yeah, there were a lot of good comics that
That
came
was
out of there.
my
but-
first stand-up was there too.
Yeah, that's where you did it?
Yeah.
And then, but isn't it funny that everyone from the room has now turned it? There's like what's his name? Will?
Will, yeah.
Is like a superstar now.
Totally.
Will's like producing like
Yeah. And he's part
major
of a
motion pictures.
big development company. Yeah.
Him and who's he with? Quincy Jones's daughter,
Is that
Rashida.
Rashida Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's on The Office and Parks and Recreation. That's his partner, who he's producing with right now.
His producing partner, yeah.
Yeah.
And they wrote that film together.
Yeah, okay.
Too,
Did
yeah.
you see the film?
I did see the film. I was on a plane though.
Oh, it was an
He
airplane.
saw
film?
it over 3 shoulders.
Yeah.
Did you see it on your
Without
computer, or
earbu-
was it
earbuds.
on the?
I love you boys Googling Rashida Jones, and I saw this picture of her in like the underwear or whatever, and that's the one it
Wow.
clicks on.
I think she's really hot.
She's beautiful.
I think she is so hot, like personality, everything. I think she's great.
Dude.
Now, her sister was my dog's vet for a while.
What?
Yeah, her sister is a vet.
How
and
hot is her sister?
Jason, the crazy dude we were just talking about, sent me to her. So I go to see her, and my dog's almost died.
Why?
And she's probably not even her sister, because Jason goes, her name was Jones, she's a vet. He goes, you know that's Quincy Jones's daughter. And I said, I don't care. I just want my dogs to be
Yeah,
healthy. And
And that's how she heals animals.
He's
by
like, your
just
dogs
telling
are about to
people.
be well connected.
and she
is
was
what
all
they're
about
to
home.
do.
She was all about homeopathic shit, and the
Oh.
dogs were like shitting fire. And I was like, I don't think this is gonna work. See if Quincy Jones has a daughter that's a vet.
And if Google doesn't work,
First search.
Bing that shit.
Arrested for being a quack doctor.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
Rachel.
And then Geoff Keith and I met. Didn't we do comedy in a? I've never told this story on the show, and I've always wanted to
Well,
tell
where
it.
we do comedy?
We did stand up in a storage box one time. Do you remember?
Sounds like a gig I would do.
Do you remember this in San Diego? Weren't you living in San Diego for a while?
No. I'm from Orange County.
But didn't you have to go down there for
I
a
went
little?
down there a lot.
But didn't you have to like move down there for a little bit? You were going to class or something. Something happened that you went away for a little
I
bit.
think you booked there the wrong guy.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
Wait, are you talking about like that guy who did a comedy club in like a business district?
Yeah, but it was in like.
Like no walk up traffic would ever happen. And he just had
Yeah.
it was a literally like all business offices.
You know what I'm talking about.
If that's what you're talking about, we did a show there.
Were you living in Orange County for a while? Like, did you
Yeah, I
have to
grew
go
up
home?
there.
But didn't you go home for a bit and live there to finish school or something?
Oh, I went home when like I got kicked out of Paulo Francisco's tour, and I didn't have money for a while. I went and lived at home for like another like 7 months or something.
Okay,
and then I went back to
so
Florida.
then I went and did this gig with you
Yeah,
at this guy. It was like in North County, San Diego.
yeah.
And it was literally, you know how people have like storage pods or whatever?
Right.
This guy had a show in one of those.
My God.
It was the worst show. I took Viner with me. And
How much was the cover?
Viner killed, which
Of
is
course.
random.
He's
and
a big storage performer.
and I bombed like miserably. Miserably.
There was a crowd?
But I swear you were there, and we just made so much fun of the fact that we were at this place.
Sounds like something I would have done.
This guy like would he like taught a class, and he would get the people. It was the worst gig ever, and they weren't allowed to have alcohol, but they sold like Cheetos and Fritos and all this fucking shitty.
Great sound effects during a comedy show. Just Cheeto bags. and Cheetos.
Wor-
Crunch.
it was officially the worst gig I've ever done. I think.
That's the worst gig you ever done?
No, I mean I've had ones where I've had people screaming, "Get the fuck off the stage before we murder you."
I just told this story to this person the other day because they're asking me about bad shows. I got asked when I like very first started. I've been doing comedy like maybe like a year and a half or something, and like some manager was hip pocketing me, and he called me and he goes, "You want to do? This lady wants to book you to do her daughter's bat mitzvah." And I'm Jewish, and I was bar mitzvahed, and fucking I know been to a bunch of bar mitzvahs, and I was like,
Well, let me interrupt for 1 second. If I become Jewish, do I get a bar mitzvah?
Yes.
I don't know, I don't know, throwing you a party at this age.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
That was the whole reason. I want to get the money.
You can do
I
it.
know.
All right, good.
All really means
Doing
you
it.
read from the Torah, right? That's it. But
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu.
You're bar mitzvah.
that's pretty good.
They're
Put
done.
some scrolls in front of them.
Give
And
an
it's open
envelope.
bar for all the kids because they'll all be your age.
Your niece.
I'm gonna be the
What-
first.
what do you hear
I'm
the
gonna be
other
the first guy to fuck at my bar mitzvah.
A lot of kids have fingered at bar mitzvahs, but no one has fucked.
So this lady, he was like, it's $400, which is like one of probably
They
the
have
best.
bar mitzvah pictures on the screen.
Oh my God.
Sorry to interrupt.
That's me.
That's all of us.
So it was like that was like the most money I'd ever probably gotten for a gig, and I was like, I didn't want to turn down the money, but I said, well, tell the lady I've never done a show like that. I don't think I'll be. I said straight up, I go, I don't think I'd be good for a show like this. I go, the only shows I've done some off nights at comedy clubs and bars, and like Narcotics Anonymous meetings. Like that's where I was like starting out. I was doing all these shit, horrible gigs. So my material wasn't good for a bar mitzvah. So a lady calls me and she goes, no, you'll be great. I go, I don't think I'm right for this. I go, I don't want to ruin the bat mitzvah. And it was an Orthodox bat mitzvah, which means they're
Oh
super
my
Jewish.
God.
So
And
I go,
male and female are separated in seating.
yeah, it's fucking so yeah. So I go, and I know you're Orthodox. I go, I went to a conservative temple, and I know I wouldn't be right for a conservative bar mitzvah. She goes, I saw your picture. She's like, you're a cute Jewish boy. That's all I want. And I go, I don't think my material is good. She goes, my daughter's heard it all. Don't worry about it. And I go, what about all the other old people and the other kids? And she goes, don't worry about it. Anything goes. So I get to the bar mitzvah.
Oh my God.
I take my roommate at the time was a Texas Battle, who if you look him up, he's like a black pretty boy model actor. And I go, Tex, you got to see this shit. I'm about to fucking eat ass at like this religious event. So I show up. She's like, you're not going up for a while. She like parades me around the thing, makes you take pictures of people. Like, so everyone gets to know the guy's about to fucking make it the most awkward night ever. I get up on stage. There's like a band behind me. It's 11:15 at night. The kids are tired. The old people might be dead. And there's like, everyone's just, the party's done, right? I get up on stage to do a half hour. And the dad who didn't book me, he's like got his arm on the stage looking up like, who the fuck is this? I get up there and I'm like, I got to kill time. I don't even know if I had I didn't have a good half hour at the time. So I thought I'd open. I go, hey, everybody, how's it going? And congratulations or whatever her name was. And I go, how was she at the services this morning? Because when I was bar mitzvah, you got to do a lot of shit. You got to learn. You study for like a year. And then this old lady in the front goes, what the hell's the matter with you? Immediately. And I go, what? What happened? I go, I just want to know how she did at services this morning. I'm sure she was great. I'm just trying to kill time. She goes, we're Orthodox. What's your problem? And I go, I know. So it must have been like a really hard service. And she goes, she's a girl. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Why are you being so mean? And then she goes, girls don't have, if you're Orthodox, I guess girls don't have, they're not allowed to like read from the Torah or something. So like she didn't have to do shit. And then I go, so she just gets this huge party for doing nothing? That's how the show starts. I proceed to bomb. Then fucking I get off stage. The lady said she'd have my money for me, right? She goes, I'm going to send you your check. At that point, I was like, whatever. I leave. Then she sends me a check for $125. And I'm like, I call him like, hey.
She
Hey, from Orthodox Jews, that's good.
So I said, hey man, I had an email from my manager that she sent my manager for $400. She told me on the phone $400. I called her. I said, hey, where's my money? You said $400. You only sent me $125. And she goes, no, I said $125. I go, listen, lady, 1, 2, and 5. They're not. None of those numbers are in 400. I go, it's not even close. Like if you sent me 100 and been like, I said 100, and I'm like, I thought I heard 4. You know what I mean? Like that's different. And I go, I have an email saying 400, and she finally goes, well, you're only getting 125. She goes, you bombed my daughter's bat mitzvah, and she thought like I was gonna get defensive, and I go, yeah, I know, I was there. I go, I totally bombed it. I go, but I told you before you booked me I was gonna bomb it. I go, you can't be mad at me. You bought a shitty product.
I would have said, can I get you as a reference?
And I will say that bitch's name, and you don't need to go Google it and then find it. Her name's Dinah Kessler. I've never forgot it.
Did she ever pay you the rest?
No, she's a bitch. She teaches acting to like little commercial acting to little kids. Dinah.
Oh, she's a.
I don't remember what she looks like.
I've had that where I've bombed.
She owes me. I want to get famous, and then like when I'm on like getting me interviewed on like a Tonight Show, be like, and also Dinah Kessler owes me $275 for me bombing her daughter's bat mitzvah.
Well,
Plus interest.
I will tell you, my fan base, the shitheads of Talking Shit have ruined a lot of lives.
Dude, she owes Geoff Keith $275.
If you want us to get your $275, I'll bet we can get it.
I do.
All right,
That's a
here
good
it is.
challenge.
She has a beloved.
Find
family
out if Dina Kessler
So you typing Orthodox bat mitzvah. Like
has
she's famous
a
for
Twitter. We need to find out if she has a Twitter. We've gotten, well, let me tell you all the things that we've done on the show. We've gotten people to give up their Brad Williams doesn't have short Brad. So he had like funny Brad, and we're like, you should have short Brad because somebody has it. So our fans were like yelling at this guy, going, "Fuck you! Get rid of your Twitter name." We had.
And he's like, I'm 5'4", and they're like, it's not short enough.
there was.
There are shorter Brads.
We've gotten people their names. We've gotten. Jim had everybody say Eddie Ift has AIDS on Google.
I saw that once. I felt bad for a minute.
I sent you a card.
And said Eddie Ift has AIDS.
I said I was sorry.
I have Magic
I saw that and I was
Johnson
like, some
AIDS.
spots will be opening up.
So Dina Kessler, did we find?
No, it's Dinah is her name. Dinah is with an H at the end.
All right.
I like how you guys go to Twitter. I don't know. Maybe she's on
Could
Everybody's
this be
on
her,
Twitter.
Dinah X Kessler?
If you go to Google and you type
Oh
like
no,
Dinah
this is a
Kessler,
porn star. Yeah.
That's ruined
Is
her
that why she
career.
kept
It's
blowing
already
me?
ruined.
That was the $275 worth of blowing.
Hey,
That's what
find
you
her,
forgot about.
Cody. When you find her, tell me because we'll get your $275.
That would be the fucking coolest.
We
Can
thing
you
ever.
look up my first roommate in New York, Diana Limo? She took my deposit. So it's my security deposit.
Wait. Here it is.
That could have been her unmarried name.
This is the thing, though. Yeah, Shining Stars acting.
Does anybody know where
Shining
Harlow
star.
is?
And this is the thing. This lady's rich as shit. She has $275. Her husband probably beat her and said, like, you can't
Harlow,
give
come
this kid the money.
Oh, jeez.
Harlow. We have her.
Tuition is $275. This motherfucker.
Oh, you just
So, I
forwarded
think-
the acting career of a young mind.
You probably that's what she did. She enrolled you.
I probably have an acting workshop. I don't know about it.
She
got an
owes you
F.
at least a class.
I want to know two things. I never forgot, and I've gotten a lot better at
You
stand
should sign up.
You want to do another show? How about we get you another show where if you do well, she has to
You
pay
could probably by now
if I do well.
you can perform on her granddaughter's bat mitzvah now.
No, keep going down. Dina D-I-N-A-H Kessler. Shitheads.
I love the. Dude,
No,
I love
no, our fans are awful. They'll be writing stuff like, "You fucking cunt." Da, da, da. Here's what we have. We have her email address,
Oh, this is
$275
fantastic.
tuition.
which is
That's
info@shiningstaracting.com.
I can't believe it's not the star. of
Shining
David.
Stars.
Shining Stars Acting. Here's what we need you to do. Just demand that Geoff Keith gets his $275 back. She's gonna think that it's somebody that took the acting class because of the $275.
Exactly. I want my $275.
Cut to a picture of her daughter gagged with a gun to her
All
head.
right, stop.
Or else.
Well, this is going to be used in court now.
Oh, don't do that. Josh Hannes says don't do that.
Make sure to mention Geoff Keith. I performed at her daughter's bat mitzvah. I think she only has one daughter, so she remembers. Because I emailed her. I remember years later I found that.
No
and I
way.
emailed her at the Shine Stars thing from like an email address that doesn't have my name. And I'm such a pussy. I just go, are you the Dinah Kessler who has a daughter who was bat mitzvahed and like had a comedian there or something? She goes, yeah, why? Who's this? And I just like never wrote back. And I was like, oh, someday.
Today is the day.
Someday, lady.
You got her. Josh Haness. Can you please tell the story about how you almost became Barney?
Oh God, that was just quick.
Come on, it's
The real
funny-
Barney?
Well, the original Barney was quitting to pursue
drug problem.
bigger and better things. No, he cut to when I went there to train. I was like a third finalist. He was training me how to do it.
No way.
You didn't know this,
You
Josh?
got trained by the original.
Yeah, I went to.
Do you know this
Like,
story?
no, man, it's
I
side
love-
to
I
side
love
you
how-
bounce.
I
I went
love
to-
how he doesn't see this as an important story in his life.
I did a bringer show at Caroline's, and an agent was there from
Braggarts.
the Lidke agency.
Okay,
not
wait.
Randy Lidke.
You got to remember, our fans aren't comics. They don't know what a bringer show is.
I did a show
That's when
when
you're at the top of the game.
I was doing in my early year of comedy. You think being at a club performing on the primetime show is important, so they'll put you on the worst slot and make you bring 20 friends,
Yeah.
which pads the audience. They laugh at you, which make you think you're good when you're not, and you're just swallowed in a lineup of real comedy.
All your
and real
punchlines are like,
comics.
and I was like, what? And everyone just erupts.
This guy's good. How does he do
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, you do walk off stage, and every one of those is like, I am amazing.
So I did that show. An agent saw me. It became my first theatrical agent in New York. My first or second audition was, we have a Barney audition for you. It's a voiceover. I know it's weird, but they're looking for a new guy. You want to do it? I go, yeah. And I auditioned, and I had to sing the I Love You
Oh,
song.
that's really good.
And I had
Can
to
you
do,
sing it for us, please?
I love you. You love me. This song makes me want to put a gun in my mouth and pull the trigger now. So I sang the song, and
Just like that.
I get an email back. They were intrigued. They want you in for a second callback. I got in for the second callback. Then it was me, and I had to go to Irvine, Texas. It was me and two other people in the
Irvine,
country.
Texas?
I love the fact that
Irvine,
he-
Texas.
Stop acting like
Irving,
you
Texas.
didn't get flown to Texas.
I did, and I got
No,
paid.
I know, but
Is that where
Irvine,
they
Texas.
filmed Barney in
Wait,
Irving?
Irvin, where does
Irving,
Dallas play?
Texas.
Irving,
Yeah.
excuse me. Barney is out of Irving, Texas. So I went to a huge airplane hangar that is the Barney Studios.
Holy
part
shit.
of the part of the Sesame Workshop.
I love
I
how
wish
long,
you got
how
that
long
in
have
your-
you two known each other?
Oh my God, 20 years.
Late 90s.
And you did not know this
No, I
story.
had no idea.
What if
I
you
was
were
also on
Barney?
American Gladiators in college, but we'll talk about
I
that
knew
later.
That
Shut
is
up.
the
Let's
best.
talk
Is that
about.
why you look familiar?
No,
I love that show.
I was
He was Turbo.
I was stumpy.
Did you lose? You lost to Wesley Two Scoops Berry?
Nope, I lost to Nitro, Laser, Gemini, and Tower.
Oh, you were almost doing the Gladiators?
Google this.
No, you'll never find me. It was like when they used to tour arenas around the country.
No,
Yeah.
shut up. We'll get to that after you finish Barney.
I used to be in shape.
That'd be great if you, like the real Barney.
Now I
was-
just
has
like Paul Giamatti's Jewish brother.
All right, go back to.
So I go to
Barney.
Irving, Texas. Okay. I go to Irving, Texas.
Irving.
I'm in this huge megaplex.
So they fly you to Texas.
fly me out. They
flown by
first class?
They
supermodels.
pay me $4,000 to be out there a week, and in the late '90s, that's a lot of money just to be auditioning. You know?
Right. Did
You were
they fly?
auditioning for $4,000 a week?
They paid me. It's like pay time to be gone. I had to train, and they wanted to pick their guy
This is
instantly.
another good old day story I'll never have.
I went,
like-
dude.
Like
trust
Lenny
me.
Clark. I got 10 grand a night to do crowd work. I never left Boston. It's like, what?
That was I got the upper tier of the lower tier payment. I
Even the
never had any-
openers were driving Corvettes.
Sometimes they'd pay us in Coke. I was like, I would just take the cash. What's going on?
In my case, no.
Wait. So you get flown? Did you fly first class?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably.
Who doesn't remember that?
I don't remember that, but I remember
Hannes.
I got paid a lot of money just to be there 5 to 7 days and audition for. I had to get in the studio booth. They ran a couple of mock episodes. Barney was on the floor, and I had to sync up my voice with Barney's movements and stuff. I was there, man.
What were the
I was,
other guys like?
I was there. I was in the shit.
But
You see-
Josh
you
was
see
so
the-
method, he showed up in the Barney outfit.
No, I know Josh,
He's in
I
purple.
painted
and I know
myself
exactly
purple.
what happened.
I twisted my nuts just to
Here's-
make them purple.
Here's what happened. Here's what Josh did. Josh got there, he saw Barney, and he thought to himself, I'm going to make this funnier than it is.
No, I was early in my career before any jaded character traits came into play.
Oh, see, I would think you would go, here's how I'm going to book it. I'm going to be the funniest Barney
No,
here.
I'll tell you what happened. I took it seriously, but if you hear my register, my vocal tone right now, it's just pretty medium. Barney, it comes out of a high register, so the guy naturally talking is like, "Hey, I speak up here inside my head," and my. But as soon as I got on the mic, the whole studio was like, "I love you," and they were all like, "Whoa, that
Satan
guy's too
Barney.
deep."
They're like, give him his 20 grand and get him out of here.
I was too
Stop
deep.
booking it. 50 grand.
I was too deep.
I just remember everybody saying,
I don't know what the reason
Josh
was.
just got flown to Texas to become Barney. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? He's gonna,
Unbelievable.
I'm like, he's going to become a multimillionaire.
I thought
And then like a week later, they're like, Josh is back.
I'm going back to a restaurant on Restaurant Row on 49th Street. No, it was me. I thought I had a chance. It was between me and 2 others.
What those other guys look like?
I didn't see him. We each had our own week in the studio.
Oh, wow.
They were really
Jesus.
crash coursing you and grooming you. They groomed everybody, hoping one person could make it. And
You'd be in
apparently-
the suit too, or just the voice?
the voice. You're in the studio. And
The
you
guy
have
in the
to-
suit, he wasn't giving up that gig.
No, that guy was like, "Fuck this. This is gold."
Little Cambodian kid that he gave $20.
It was actually 2 Cambodian kids
on
inside of
the,
it.
one on the other shoulders. All right,
I
so
wanted
so,
the American
so
Gladiator
how?
story.
What was it like to be sent home? Did they go?
No, I
"Oh,
didn't find
we'll
out
call
till
you"?
later. They were
Oh.
like, "We
You
got
should
other
have used the Barney voice. Come on, guys.
Oh man,
I can't believe you're not gonna give me the job.
Fuck you.
I don't love you. You don't love me.
Should have done Jewish Barney, Lenny.
All right, so American Gladiators.
Oh no, that was like in '94 in college.
What happened?
They were doing? This was in Larry Zonka.
You
was
went
the
to Florida
host.
State.
Yeah,
Florida
Larry
State.
Zonka. I love
I went to
American
Florida
Gladiators.
State. I'm from Florida.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
your national championship.
I'm a Hurricane fan till I die. I just happened to go to Florida State.
Oh, okay.
So that's for the sports fans listening. No, I
all 4 of them.
American Gladiators, when they were sort of just running low on like a viewership on the network that they always were on, they would do a arena tour around the country, and they would go to like small arenas and civic centers. So they came to the Tallahassee Civic Center, and they
Would round up the Jews.
and they I just remember in the gym where I worked out at, it just said American Gladiator auditions.
Now it's
Battle.
time for the fitness competition. Nitro killed this one.
Get on the floor. We will make you line up.
Why are
now.
why is the tennis ball cannon real bullets? And why does Nitro look like Edward Norton from American History X?
Okay, go on. So
In the gym it said auditions for American Gladiator tour. So they did all these tours, all these arenas, and I auditioned with like 200 guys, or tried out, and they accepted 4. So they had all these physical challenges that you
wait,
had to do.
Josh, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm looking at you right now, and I know you said you were in shape.
I used to be.
I
He's a
know,
wrestler.
But when you were a wrestler?
I was a wrestler and I ran track. I varsity lettered in wrestling.
Okay, but when I look at American Gladiators, I look at how tall?
5'6".
5'6".
Oh, that
Soaking wet.
hand bike, dude. I bet
Soaking
you
wet.
fucking killed that hand bike there,
I
right?
could do the Vision Quest peg climb up the wall.
Yeah. Dude, a lot of that stuff was
I
like...
can only do it while Madonna's playing, or that Journey. Only the young.
a lot of that stuff was technique, I felt like.
How much did you
That-
weigh
that
at the
net?
time?
Probably 150.
Yeah, but weren't the guys that went up? The Gladiators were like 220 pounds.
I was the littlest guy, so they were like, he's the wild card. Let's pick him. And the other guys were athletes.
Just running
I was
around
athletic.
holding his yarmulke on,
They're like,
dodging tennis balls.
they're like, we're calling him
Oi!
the Truth Jewberg. Josh the Truth Jewberg.
Did you have to come up with a nickname, really?
I was Josh the Stump Hannes. My friend goes as a joke. He goes, my friend as a joke goes, because they did. They wanted it. They told me. They called me ahead of time, going, come up, because they announce you in an arena.
Yeah.
Over a fucking PA system, and they go, come up with a nickname. And my friend goes, you have to be the Stump, because I was short and I was a little thick from working out. It's like the Stump, which is so non-threatening. The Stump, you can rest on him.
First choice. Bring me out to Josh Meshuggah. They're like, oh, we got to do something that plays all over the country. Yeah, come on, it's Yiddish.
No Yiddish people in the Appalachian Belt.
It's a thriving language. Talk to my bubby.
So the stump comes out.
And
What were you wearing? What were you wearing?
They gave you. I still have it at home. An American Gladiator tank top and like biker shorts.
That's so fucking cool.
Please, your next Josh and Josh show, can you wear that on stage?
It'll be hilarious because I've got tits now and a hairy back. I'm a real
You'd be threatening now.
Yeah.
George the Animal Steel's here.
So you come out and how did you do?
I'd climbed the wall and laser ripped me off the wall. Only the guy who won it. There's 4 of us. The guy who won it climbed the wall. He was big. He was a college football player. like who didn't make it, but was
So
assigned.
you start, for those of you that have never seen American Gladiators, you're basically on a rappelling rope. They've got you like
Climbing
you
like a-
and you're climbing up a rock climbing wall.
Yeah.
and,
Head start.
and you get a head start, and then Laser chases you.
Yes,
And about how
laser grab.
Hey, was that John C. McGinley on American Gladiators? Seriously, no. Scroll like down. No, the other way. Right there. Is that John?
Yeah,
McGinley?
that
that
is. That
Is
is.
he a fucking
They,
contestant?
no, they used to have celebrity gladiators too. When they were running
Was
out
he a
of
celebrity
ideas.
back then?
Yeah, he
Oh,
did
yeah.
Platoon,
Oh, okay, my bad. Sorry.
This
So-
is from
so-
the original.
so-
No, this is old.
but he was probably
So how far did you get up the wall before you got caught?
I probably climbed my height 5'5", and laser basically didn't take me down. He grabbed my ankle, ripped me out, and I flew. I was rappelling from a rope, so I flew outward away from the wall, and it smacked into the wall. Even because when you fly out, there's guys holding the other rope on a pulley, like pull it to give you a little tension and slow you down. I just whapped into the wall, like, all right, stop, let's cut to commercial.
Did
Stump the pinata.
You have to do more than just that, though.
is
right?
this
It was the obstacle course where they shoot at
was
you.
this
Yeah.
filmed? Was this filmed?
This was, and I know there were 3 Tallahassee. I've always wanted to get a hold of it. It was filmed. I know the year, and I know it was just local TV probably filmed it.
But not. It wasn't
man.
on nationally.
No, who knows? I never looked back. I'm sure they would do TV shows where they did the best of their national.
Watch
arena
the
tour.
stump crash into the wall.
Watch the stump get the thump.
Did you get to do the jousting?
Oh yeah. That
No,
was
I did. Is that the one with like the big oversized Q-tip?
Yes.
Yeah, I got knocked off the pedestal. like you know those videos on YouTube of a guy getting hit by a train? Like, there he is. Where did he go? That was me with that Q-tip joust.
I like the guy. You ever see every now and then somebody would just like crouch down and not fight back, and then they would get they
And
would
take
get
the
They
beating.
would get the draw.
Those are the guys that win.
They would get pummeled.
Yes. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
This has turned into what's the show? Wipeout. It's basically
Totally.
not as funny as Wipeout's way funnier. Why don't we get you on Wipeout? Will you do Wipeout? I know one of the producers.
Sure.
The stump will do it.
No.
Come on.
Wear your American Gladiator outfit on Wipeout.
If it fits.
This guy
That
won't
tank
give up.
top fits
on
another
fucking
me now.
Crazy weird challenge shows.
Was Jay Hatchadorian involved in this at all?
Jay Hatchadorian at this time was big and buff. He was getting big.
Yeah,
He trained me for it. He was like making me do sprints and stuff. Yeah, so I was
How
trained.
long
Wait,
did you
this is the
prepare for
film. This is a film.
The
We're
film
going
of
back-
nobody that never was.
The stump.
This Justin Foreign could shoot this.
It's funny. Cut to me going back to study for midterms, and then my bussing tables job.
How long did you train for the American Gladiator?
Oh, just a couple weeks. Like, you found out about it, and my friend was like, because when we auditioned for it, we had to do some of the events in the tryouts that were similar to those that are on the show. So after doing them, we're like, some of these are endurance, and you got to run fast. So I wasn't in running shape. I just did weights and stuff. So I had to run, and it felt like Rocky's retarded brother, like companion webisode piece.
I can see the montage, the workout
Totally
montage
perfect.
right now.
That's great.
Just cutting down my salad.
Josh,
size.
this is
You
your
were Rocky,
film. This
but
is
you were
your film.
Rocky from Mask.
You just can't fall asleep with your head tilting back. I had to prop my head up on an airplane pillow.
This is the movie. This is your movie.
That was a great joke about Brody Stevens. Now that you have Rocky Dennis pictures, have you had Brody on the show?
About 12 times.
This is the story I always love to tell about Brody on stage.
Brody came on here right after all the shit happened and had a breakdown on my show, and we couldn't do the show. Like, we just sat here and talked to him about his depression for an hour, and then I go, well, I'm sorry about that and everything. I was like, we can't air this, you know. And Brody goes, no, go ahead, air it.
I
And
did
was like,
Brody's.
but this isn't a show, Brody.
Oh,
and he
geez.
goes, oh, it's good. And I was like, no, Brody, our show's all fun and games. And he's like, that wasn't funny. I'm like, Brody, that was the most
terribly
depressing.
dark.
Hate to ruin your depression, but you just bombed on the show. Hey man, what you think is funny, others don't
It
find.
was sad. It was sad.
I
He
did
was in a
Brody's
bad place.
Rethink this whole.
I did his podcast the week after he admitted he jerked off to gay porn but didn't finish. So I did his podcast. Like, Hannes, did you hear what we talked about next week? I'm like, no. He's like, well, let's revisit it. So it's all about him, but it was funny.
Because I've seen him talk about that, like that always comes up in when he talks about his shows. He goes, and the gay thing, you know, like that's
Not
one of his.
gay, just exploring. Not gay, embracing all languages and religions and creeds. So here's the quick Rocky Dennis Brody story. We're in a van traveling the country we used to travel for this Make Me Laugh type
Oh,
tour,
I
remember?
forgot
Right,
about
this-
this.
So
Yeah.
Brody
too.
and I and Jeff Nichols.
Wait. Let me set this up. I've got to get Jeff Nichols on this podcast if he's still alive.
I think John Viner's in touch with him, so you can.
We've had Viner on a couple
Because
times.
Viner has his book,
Um,
so he can get him.
I was
Okay.
in this movie.
in Viner's or Jeff Nichols?
They made a movie about Jeff Nichols.
Yeah,
Somebody
William Scott
did?
Thomas.
Yes.
What's the guy? What's Stifler's name? His real name?
Sean William Scott.
Sean
He
William
played
Scott
him.
was the lead,
He played him.
portraying Jeff Nichols. It was a movie. It was a straight-to-video movie.
What was
Are
it called?
you kidding me?
It was called
And
Trainwreck: My Life as an Idiot.
Jeff Garland.
A few
It's
years.
funny. Trainwreck's the name of my new show in Australia that I'm doing, but it's not about me. It's about
Jeff Nichols.
yes. All right. I did not know this. I've got to see this movie. Jeff Nichols was
It's
a
called
guy
Trainwreck, yeah.
who was doing stand up at the time we were. Do you remember when he got
He was
caught?
stealing from everybody.
I was just going to say he stole everyone's jokes and he was proud of it. He goes,
did
I
them
don't-
on the road with
he'd
me.
go, I only steal the good ones. But he burned down his family's house.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think his half brother or step brother is Mike Gibbons.
It was after somebody
He's a
else
big
did it
producer.
first.
Mike Gibbons.
Yeah.
I had a meeting with my.
Yeah, you should have mentioned Nichols.
Yeah.
You
Are
would
you
have definitely
kidding
not
me?
had the job.
Google Mike Gibbons right now, producer, and show me an image. Jim Jeffries and I had a. They were going to make a TV show about this podcast
That's him.
when Jim and I lived together, and
He looks like a. Not that one. Not that one.
no.
Yikes.
Blue shirt right there in the middle.
Wait.
no.
Put in Mike Gibbons here.
Kilborn.
No, this will
Yeah,
this will
Kilborn.
wait. But check this: Mike Gibbons and Curb Your Enthusiasm. Let me just see if it's the same guy. If this is all coming together now,
This is like Nichols' half brother or step brother.
does it? But just do
There's
just
Jeff
do
Garland.
just do web do web do web.
Babe,
I don't think it's
He's the guy on Kilborn.
Tim Gibbons. Tim Gibbons.
He's
it
the guy on
wasn't Mike
Kilborn. He
Gibbons.
would go, "Hey Gibby." He was always Kilborn's like go-to producer that would be on camera.
It was.
He does a lot of
we,
stuff
We
now.
met with a bunch of showrunners to create our show, because they wanted NBC wanted to make a podcast about Jim and I living together, or
Are
they
your-
wanted to make a TV
Are
show.
your
about-
listeners sleeping right now? What we're
No,
talking
no,
about?
they
Okay.
like the shit. Jim Jeffries used to live here, and we were gonna make. NBC thought it was really funny that we lived together and all the shit we were up to, and so they were gonna make a TV show about it. NBC dumped it at the very end, and they decided to make Whitney. Good choice, guys.
Oof.
And so then Jim and I got sent to Fox. Fox ended up dumping it. And then the next thing you know, they were going to, we're going to go HBO. We're going to go this. So they hook us up with this executive producer who is, I thought it was Mike. It was Tim Gibbons. And the guy ended up not liking Jim and I. He didn't like our script. He didn't like us. He didn't want anything to do with us. And that was like the end of it. And then Jim got his show on FX. So thank you.
So that worked out for you then.
Yeah. Jim's got the show. I am here with you guys.
And I manage a Mexican restaurant. We're doing great.
It's called Tony Solano's.
Damn.
Tony Solano's Mexican food.
Okay, so
Try the mulligatawny taco.
Jeff, is he alive?
Yeah, as far as I know, when the movie came out, if you know, in LA, it was plastered everywhere because they were
He
hoping
wrote-
it would
he
be
wrote a
something.
book.
He wrote a book, and it got turned into a movie.
What was the name of the book?
Trainwreck: My Life as an Idiot, and that was the same name as the movie.
Yeah.
Can
Sean
you-
William Scott was attached
Can you
because
Google the train?
they were trying to breathe
Trainwreck,
new
my,
life in him after
my life
the whole American
Trainwreck. Miley Cyrus keeps coming up. Right?
as a.
Idiot. Yeah,
Idiot.
that's it.
Oh, there we go.
It doesn't have any pictures of him though.
No, it's based on Jeff Nichols' life.
How did Jeff Nichols write a book?
He wrote a book, man.
How does he write a book?
Well, like I
It's
said,
probably part of.
I don't know. He was such a savant.
he was. I
He
always
would leave
liked.
shoes in
I always
hotels and
liked
drive
him.
back 100 miles to go get them. I was in a van with him driving across
Look
the
up
country.
Jeff Nichols and put Jeff Nichols in front of that. Like use that and then put Jeff Nichols. We've got to get to the bottom of this
Who's the
shit.
author? That's
Okay,
how he
so
laughed.
anyway, yeah, Jeff Nichols was. You'd walk into the club, he looked like he just got hit.
Wait, no, it's not. Sean William Scott's dressed like
Do it
him.
as web. Do it as web, and see. If... Fucking.
Autobiographical
The book was
The Little Yellow
called The
Bus.
Little Yellow Bus.
I'm sorry. I know the movie was turned into that.
Okay, so look up The Little Yellow Bus.
that's it.
Jeff Nichols.
Trainwreck: My Life as an Idiot by Jeff Nichols.
All right, well, Jeff Nichols was this dude that like was on the open mic circuit with us all when we all
He would
started.
do all of Greg Fitzsimmons' jokes on the road,
He had no problem just doing other. He thought it was funny.
and people
he
were
was-
laughing. I'm like, you guys are fools.
So these guys,
traveled in a van that was paid for by
Who
an
else?
entertainment
Who-
company
who
out of
else?
Grand Rapids,
who,
Michigan.
Who was the group?
It was always Jeff
Brody.
and I. Brody did it a lot. Viner did it a lot. Dan Natterman did it sometimes. Liam McEnany did it sometimes.
All of these guys we've had on the show except for Liam.
Yeah. I don't know who else, but it was a lot of comics, New York comics, that were just like
Needed money.
needed money, and they would pay like $300-400 a week if you stayed on the week with them. I got paid a lot. I lived with a metal band. And I never wanted.
He's
to,
like
I know.
$300-400 a week. I got paid a lot.
I
After
lived with a metal
gas,
band that who couldn't afford rent, so I was happy to be on the road.
So you would get $300-400 a week. Wasn't it a game show?
It was like Make Me Laugh, but it was for colleges, and you would have a wheel to spin, and Jeff would be given all this cash to give away to kids, but like for these contests. But our show sucked so bad, and Jeff was so threatened by the kids yelling at us that he would just give away the cash, and we'd be out of money sometimes.
throwing at him
And
as
he
you
had to get
ran
money
for the
Western
van.
Union to us. so
and
we
you
could get
guys
a-
traveled
like-
in a van together. Didn't they kind of just give it to you and guys like, go
Yeah.
do this?
we used to drive through Minot, North Dakota, just to go to like Moorhead State.
Oh my god.
Wait, but I remember. Okay, this is a weird story. Someone, I'm trying to think of the comic. Was it Adam Hunter? I don't remember who it was. Somebody that did the game show. I can't remember who it was, but I ended up doing a NACA conference with them, and we were there at the NACA. NACA's where like you showcase for all the colleges, and apparently the guy who ran that show.
Oh yeah, figure he'd be
Well,
at NACA.
who's the guy that ran the show?
Kramer Entertainment or something.
Whoever it was that ran the show was there, and I'm sitting talking to the comic, and he goes, "That guy owes me like a couple $1,000s." And I was like, "Huh?" He's like, "He never paid me. I did all these shows. I traveled all over." And I went, "Well, go get your money." And he goes, "Okay." And I go, "I got your back." And I remember he walked up, and like
That's
there was
enough
this,
for this guy.
this
If's coming.
there's this huge fight.
If it's over.
Yeah, but like I stood behind it. Well, he's like going, "You motherfucker, blah blah blah." You and I remember it was in a NACA at Seven Springs outside of Pittsburgh, and I wish I could remember the comic that I was like, "Wow, this is fucking getting ugly." And who else went on that tour with you? Brody.
Brody did. Liam. There was other guys, but I shut
Mort
that.
Saul.
I shut that part of my life.
Richard
out so
Pryor.
much. Jeff would be on the bed. We didn't get our hotel room. Or
Did
a
you all
motel
share
room.
a hotel room?
Sometimes we did. Sometimes we didn't. The benefit, often enough, we had our own room, surprisingly, but sometimes we didn't get money because Jeff gave it away during the game show portion of the show. But I remember Jeff would be naked watching women's tennis on his bed. Go, get in here, guys. We're gonna go eat at the buffet. But anyway, which leads me to the Brody Stevens story, because you had Rocky Dennis pictures. We're in a van outside of Starbucks and somewhere, and I'm sitting in the passenger side. Brody's driving. We always took turns driving. And Brody, if you don't know, as his jokes tell you, he looks like Eagle from the Muppets
He does totally.
or Bull from Night Court.
Totally.
Very hairy as a
I'm a
child.
model.
We're in the
in
car.
Pakistan.
We're in the park. The engine's still going. A girl, a really beautiful babe, walks by to go into Starbucks, and Brody honked the horn like beep beep, and without skipping a beat, she goes, "Who's uglier than you?" But without skipping a beat, Brody goes, "Rocky Dennis." Shaba Ranks, lots of people. Like he was already prepared.
The stump from American Life.
He would have won her heart if he said that. No, he goes like this. He goes, "Rocky Dennis, burn victims, Shaba Ranks, lots of people."
Burn victims.
Who's uglier than you?
That's the worst of it. I tapped a girl on the shoulder one time. My friend goes, "Go hit on that girl." And I go, "Why?" He goes, "Just do it." And I go, he goes, "Just do it." I tapped her on the shoulder, and she turns around and she goes, "Go away, you're ugly." And I was so stumped, sorry for that, that I've never been at such a loss for words. I was like, she gave it 1 second and just went, "Go away, you're
She
ugly."
pulled like a frat boy on
It-
you.
They say women know within the first few seconds.
It hurt.
She was quicker than most.
It hurt so bad that I just stood there for like 10 minutes. I'm like, and my friend goes, "I know, she hurt me too."
Oh, really? You sent you into the pit?
So we like followed her the whole night. We're like, "How are we gonna get her back? How are we gonna get her back?" It hurt so bad. So there's like a
Does
little.
this end with like she's under the house?
They
Oh,
put
we
bottles
got-
on their fingers.
we got her.
They're-
We got her. We got
We
her.
spun a wheel and ended on rape.
So we go
In all
to
fairness, 50% of the pies were rape.
50. So we go into this Wawa. It was like a 7-Eleven type place, and everybody's like ordering sandwiches, and they're like, "Who ordered the like turkey and salami?" And I go, "The fat girl did." And I just yell from the back. I go, the fat girl did it. And she didn't hear it. And she goes, that's mine. I go, yeah, the fat girl's. And she wasn't fat at all. But, you know, you call a girl.
She could lose a couple.
She lost her fucking mind. She's like, who called me fat? I'm like, the guy that you called ugly.
That's so sad that that's how easy it is to get her back. Just call her fat.
Oh, that's
How old were you during the story? 11?
36.
You're ugly, fat ass. Okay.
This is like a week ago. Is that who Brody looks like? That's not a good picture.
Well, that one's
Go
more
to
blue.
the one down below where I don't mean to be mean to Brody, but that does.
Well, that's his jokes. He acknowledges it.
Oh, he
I know
does?
Yeah, it's like that.
It doesn't look like him. It's like if he was a Muppet.
Yeah,
That's which one he
that's
would
your
be.
typical
Yeah.
self-deprecating introduction to the audience, and he always went with the eagle or bull from Night Court.
He does look like Bull. Josh, I forgot that you guys went on that tour around the
I
country.
did it the
so
most
amazing.
because I didn't have a job. I worked at Stand Up New York, and then I lived with a metal band that kept me up till 5 a.m. every night,
So this was better.
and this was better.
North
I lived.
Dakota.
I wore flip flops in the shower for the 3 years I lived with.
Come
a
on,
metal band.
think about who you went with. I need to know because I want to know who I
Well,
was
the
with.
early days was Natterin. Maybe Orny Adams did it. I'm
No,
not sure.
It wasn't Orny that started the fight.
Orny.
Now this comic is probably a touring.
Are you
comic
having
still?
fun? That's what Orny said to me the first time
What
I
you
met him.
need
I was
to
like,
know about
whoa, I
lupus."
was.
That's what he asked you?
No, because when I first met Orny, I was first starting in comedy, and like I knew him from comedian, you know. And then Orny's a super nice guy to me now, and he's always been nice. Because Orny's a little intense, you know. And then like so I was hosting at the Hollywood Improv, and when I'm done, I'm just like trying to be like professional to everybody. I'm like super young, and I go, hey, Mr. Adams, nice to meet you and everything. He's like at the bar. He goes, did you have fun? And I was like, yes. What? Whoa. It's so intense. And I'm like, yeah, I did. Did you have fun? And he's like, it's what it's all about. And I was like, I saw the doc, buddy.
That's all you gotta say. He one time, and I love Orny. I love him.
he's
He
great.
came off stage one night, and we used to butt heads a lot. But he came off stage, and I was about to go on, and he looks at me and he goes, "Follow that, ift."
oh my God.
Yeah, he did it like it was fucking like the grandest scale of competition. Like,
Yeah,
drops the mic in front of you.
just see that, ift. A standing ovation.
Orny Sean Connery.
Did you see that?
Dude, Orny went to imagine him and Ruben Paul. I like both these guys. It was one of those 20 comic shows. So there's a bunch of us in the green room, and they're
Comedy and Magic.
yeah, and like they're talking about who has the better. It was like right when Obama got elected the first time. They're talking about who had the better Obama's half white joke. And I was just like, first off, there's like 3,000 of these jokes flying around, and their jokes are so similar. And like Orny's like, no, mine's the best. And then he performed it for the entire green room.
No, he
A bunch
didn't.
of comics like had to laugh. at
I
his
saw
joke.
Lucian Hold say to Orny once. Orny said, "I just killed down at the cellar." He goes, "It was like the greatest show ever. I killed." And Lucian,
No, he used to say,
Lucian,
I crushed.
Yeah, I crushed. And Lucian goes, "Orny, your idea of killing and everyone else's is a lot different."
Oh my God.
And that's that.
And Lucian's dead though.
Oh, so Orny
They're
killed.
both dead to me.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Orny is one time I went to what's that movie theater on the corner of Crescent Heights and Sunset?
Oh yeah,
It's
the
the
Who
Sundance.
Gives a Fuck, man? Come on, tell the story.
What is it? Is it the
The one
Lem-
where the Trader Joe's and
was-
the CP2 is?
It was the Lemley.
It was
That
the Lemley.
Sundance. The Sundance.
I knew you'd know this. I knew Josh would know it because
Wait,
he's got a pocket square.
No, but
He knows art house movie theaters.
Yeah.
no. That's all right.
I'm going
We're
up
telling
the
the story
escalator there. There was a Crunch Fitness and there was a movie theater there. It was one of the few movie theaters that was showing Orny's film, which was Comedian with Seinfeld. And I'm going up the escalator and there are guys coming down the escalator and the movie's just showing. It has just been released. And there's guys coming down and I see this like group of guys and they're like, holy shit, that's the fucking guy. That's the fucking idiot from the film. That's the fucking guy we just fucking saw. And all of a sudden I crest the top of the escalator and Orny's standing right there.
Just eating it up.
And
Did
I
you
go-
have fun?
And I go, what are you doing? This is your movie. And he goes, oh, I had some friends that wanted to see it.
Oh, good grief.
That movie, I've told
It did
Orny a
not
1,000 times. It
gain
did
him-
no, it fucked with Orny, and Orny's a really good comedian,
Yeah.
really, really good comedian. His Tonight Show set's one of the greatest I've ever seen. Like textbook great stand-up comedy. Orny was like, bam, bam, every joke was perfect. I saw it, I was like, holy fuck, Orny, you're good. He works hard. And Seinfeld fucked him over. Orny was kind of an asshole, but we all are. Every comic's an asshole. You have to be a comedian. But Seinfeld, when I saw that all in the making of when Seinfeld started making that, because he was coming into Stand Up New York every night. And when he did that to Orny, like I remember he would come in to he was starting the and I had done something for the director, so I knew him. And the director said, "Oh, it's called Anatomy of a Joke," and it was all about Seinfeld making a movie about how your act evolves.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, Orny's like, "Did you hear? I'm in Seinfeld's film." And he's like, it's about me. And I was like, oh,
We're making him out to be Rip Torn right now.
Hey, Jerry. I feel like people do it. I was like, my buddy, that my old roommate I was talking about earlier, Texas, was in Coach Carter, that basketball movie. And he got me in the movie.
I loved Coach Carter.
Yeah, so he was an actor, and he was like one of the players on Samuel Jackson's team and stuff. So he got me in the movie. I had to audition, but I got it being just a basketball player.
You're in Coach Carter?
Yeah, I'm on the white team or whatever, the preppy team.
The team that lost.
No, the team that beats him.
Oh, good.
We beat him at the beginning, we beat him at the end.
Wow.
So the guy.
Great, I didn't see it.
Yeah. Well, come on, man.
I didn't know you were in Coach Carter.
No, but now I know how it ends.
It's based on a true team, so you should have known they're fucking. Come on, you don't follow high school basketball from the Bay Area of California? What's with this guy?
The white kids never win. How did that happen?
There was a guy on my team who played the star player.
You guys
on my
had
team.
good defense.
Yeah, this fucking guy, dude, was a nice guy. I forgot his name in real life, but he was his character in the movie was the guy that one of the characters on Samuel Jackson's team battles against or whatever. And he would tell me throughout the movie, he had maybe a couple lines during the game that was just come on, man, can't guard me, stuff like that. That was his whole part in the movie. And this guy would tell me throughout filming, yeah, this movie's basically about me. It's about my character's story. And I was like, I don't know, man. Tex is my roommate, and I'm pretty sure the fucking movie is about that team. We're only in it for 2 scenes. What the fuck are you talking about?
He was that delusional?
Yeah, but he literally was yeah, the movie's about me.
Or is the director that was an amazing motivation?
Maybe this guy literally his lines. I don't even think were I don't know for sure if they were scripted. They might have just been they're hey, talk some shit during the game, after you make that shot. And he thought the movie was about him. I'm movies are more than 2 minutes, right? This movie's gonna be probably around an hour and a half, maybe hour 45.
You're here for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm the inciting incident.
They catered this movie for me.
I should have just played along and be dude, are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure this movie's about me.
I
The dude who doesn't talk on the other team.
Josh, you've been in a million movies, haven't you? You always get one line in a movie. You're one of those guys.
Yeah.
I see you, and I'm like, there's Josh. You're that guy.
Hiding. Yeah.
How
in the
many
background.
films? You've done a million.
Home movies too? Can I count? Anything on?
And sitcoms.
How many movies have you watched? Is what he wants to know.
No, I always see you in and everybody thinks you're the guy from Malcolm in the Middle, the brother.
No.
Yes.
All right.
You
can
have
tell
been.
working actors, dude. They
Am I
always
the
wear
only
boots.
person that's ever said that to you?
Yeah.
Liar.
All right.
The older brother. Oh, he's getting
Look
beers
at
now.
nice
I need him.
boots.
No, you're thinking
work-
of
Oh,
the
you don't
older
understand.
brother from
You don't
the
understand.
Working
Warriors.
actors always have nice
No,
boots.
no, he's not. This guy doesn't have to work. Every time I talk to him, I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm going to France for a couple months. We're gonna try some new wines and cheese." Every time,
Charcuterie, buddy.
he is the most. He's the most elite of anyone in the whole. Yes,
So not true.
Dude,
so
those
true.
whenever I show up to an audition, when I first
Google.
started,
Why can't my computer's what? Yeah, oh, because we don't have battery. All right.
All right. Let me tell you how elite.
No, I've got to
This-
show everybody that you are the guy from Malcolm in the Middle. Don't say you're not.
let me just say, I got a thing with boots when I show up to auditions and an
guy's
actor
wearing
goes to the
boots?
same roles, got nice boots. I'd always look at my shoes and be like, okay, I'm fucking this guy's gonna book. I have the weirdest reasons why guys are gonna book.
Well, they always say hookers look for guys with nice shoes and nice watches.
Oh, really? I don't
When
wear
a,
a
when, a,
watch.
when a hooker tries to find a guy,
Oh,
like,
hookers. I thought they said bookers.
Yeah.
No,
I know. Who
hookers.
cares?
Yeah.
We want bookers.
we want, no, I'll take hookers.
Dude, I'm
All
gonna
right,
wear
so-
boots and nice watches. I'm gonna book acting roles and go fuck hookers.
No, you're thinking of another show, Eddie. From looking at this, you're thinking of the older brother from the Wonder Years.
That's it. The Wonder Years. Why
Thanks.
wouldn't you tell me? You knew.
I
knew,
knew
you
because
dick.
come on, it's Wayne.
Wayne from the Wonder
I actually
Years.
I signed autographs as him. I did. In high school, I didn't have a mullet. I don't know why he has a mullet in that picture.
because that was in.
You are Wayne from the Wonder
Yeah,
Years.
Jason Hervey, and I.
Have you ever been in an audition and he's there?
No, he left the business. I remember right when I moved here. Actually,
When he left, you were like, "Thank
You
God."
walked
Yeah,
out
and
of
he's
the
like a
room and looked at
businessman.
you,
Yeah.
Game over.
totally. I know.
They offered me the part.
My friend got a
Something about my
blowjob
mullet.
from Winnie at the airport once.
No
What?
way.
He met her at the airport.
I was so in
and
love
got
with
a
her.
blowjob later.
I was so in love
Oh,
with her.
the blowjob wasn't at the airport.
I
That would
one
be a
time,
better
I
story.
one time right after Last Comic Standing was at a basketball game with my parents, and I hear these little kids going, "There he is! Go ahead, go ahead!" And I'm like, and they come walking over, and they go, "Hey, excuse me, could we get your autograph?" And I was like, "This is so fucking cool! I'm signing an autograph in front of my parents." And I signed the autograph, and the one kid goes, "I can't believe we just got Clay Aiken's autograph."
No.
She looks good.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
But I wrote my name,
Right.
and I was like,
Clay Aiken's
"Give
a stage
it back, give it back. I'll sign Clay."
name. Eddie Ift is his real name. It's Clay Aiken's
I
real
forgot
name.
about Winnie.
How could you forget about Winnie?
Who's Googling for us right now? Oh, you're doing it from your phone. God damn, she looks good.
Those are all airbrush pictures.
Oh, Jesus Louises.
What the fuck happened to her? She got better.
Oh,
she
that's
a
She's
around?
like Dana Plato.
What's she doing now?
Dana Plato.
What is she doing? now?
What's Winnie doing?
She was.
That's her stage name. What's her real name? Winnie.
She's something about math.
Math?
She went back
Math?
to yeah. She was doing something.
Oh,
and
she
then-
got into meth?
Yeah, and then not meth, and then she came back to acting or something.
Good. Somebody sign her up. She's.
Looks like she was in Maxim. She's doing all right.
Yeah, that's a little.
Eh.
Yeah, that's
Right.
good.
Stuff magazine.
All right. So you never had to compete with him for anything
No. But I've signed autographs
as him.
as him.
That's awesome.
And then when I was younger.
You know what some girl said the other day? I was at a Walmart in Victorville doing this fucking one-nighter.
Bragging.
Yeah. And
Wait, you were doing comedy at a Walmart?
no, I went in to like get something to get a throat coat. Or
Like,
whatever, right?
wouldn't it be amazing if Walmart's like, "We got comedy,
Dude, they should. They
He gets
should.
tagged in a Facebook post. Victorville Walmart.
aisle 16."
Geoff Keith was here.
So I see this like these girls, and this one girl had like these big hoop, like ghetto hoop earrings, and I go, "Hey, I like those hoops." And then she goes, "Thank you." And then she goes, "Hey," she go, "I know him. He's from YouTube." And I don't even have like a big YouTube presence, but I'm like, I have a TV. I didn't say it, but in my head, I was just like, oh, and I saw them staring at me like I was famous, and I was like, either she has me confused or somebody else, or she saw me on like my TV show that just premiered like a couple weeks ago, and it's on. But she was like, "He's from." That's so weird. People are like, "He's from YouTube." It's like, oh yeah, you have to be to do on YouTube. Nothing. Like upload a video and you'd be on
Yeah,
YouTube.
totally.
You could be on YouTube in about 15 seconds if you figure that
It's
out.
on-
Who books YouTube? Your mouse. She was so in awe. She was like, "He's from YouTube." She probably thought I was like Bo Burnham or something.
It's on my resume. YouTube.
I want to see what Winnie Cooper's doing. What's her real name? We need to find out.
It's not Winnie Cooper.
No.
Danica something.
Patrick.
probably
She's
Clay Aiken.
racing cars.
Danica McKellar,
Oh,
She's a babe.
actress, author.
just do her IMDb. Danica McKellar.
Film director.
See, math doesn't suck. She wrote a
Academic
book.
is one of the things she's listed as.
Kiss My Math.
Who goes into math?
Yep.
Smart people.
Hot X, algebra exposed, and girls get curves, geometry takes shape.
Which encourages.
What
Wait,
the
wait, wait,
fuck
wait,
is
wait,
this?
wait, wait, wait. Look
Word.
at. Go back to that because look what they wrote. These are books to inspire what? Middle school and high school girls to have confidence.
Math doesn't
my
suck.
God.
Kiss my math. Hot X algebra exposed. Girls get curves.
Geometry takes shape is the name of girls get the part of it.
Wait, we got to find out what she's doing. IMDb her.
Hey, while we're thinking, you want me to pitch my book?
Who's got a book?
You
I
got
have
a
a book.
You got
Yeah.
a book? What's your book?
It's called Guys Have No Game, a book of first impressions. It's a compilation of the funniest online dating site pickup lines.
How did you compile them?
I took a fan
By
of
trying
mine.
them out.
No, I took a fan of mine who just like has one of those girls that has like a million photos of like, here are my tits in this bra. You want to see my tits in this bra? And they're like this, like, and I said, hey, can I use your pictures? Some of them. I'm gonna make a fake online dating profile. I won't use your name. I go, and we're just doing some research for this book. And within 2 weeks, I had to shut it down. I had like 5,500 inbox messages on like a free dating site. I don't know if it was OkCupid or Plenty of Fish something. I didn't talk to these guys as the girl. I didn't like go, hey, tell me what you want to do. These were all pickup lines. They're all like, so like some of
No
them are
way.
some of them are just guys going like,
How many of them were me?
you're in the book twice. I got both your fucking handles. No, but it's like most guys are just like, hey, what's up? You seem cool from your profile, whatever. But like 20% of
what
them
about
are
the one-
fucking ridiculous.
What about the one that said, I was on American Gladiators. I was at the Stump.
That has kept me alone for 20 years.
We Googled it and we found out it was true, so it wasn't funny enough to make the book.
Wait, we have to hear them.
Huh? Oh, I got the book is online. Guys Have No Game. Just go to guyshavenogame.com. You can
What
get it
are
on
some of the
Amazon.
lines?
I mean, we broke it up into categories. Like some of them were just like fucking ridiculously weird. Some of them were like creepy because it's like these old dudes that put a picture. They're like, this girl, this thing was like 18 or something, and it's just like, yeah, there it is. And there's fucking there's like this like a 50-year-old guy just standing next to a trophy he won or something. Some guys would just like be like
30 years ago.
Yeah, like first line would be like the first thing they write is like, yo, I'll pay to eat you out. Like that's what that's what they thought was me. Some guys we have a chapter called Persistence because we wouldn't respond at all. Like the whole point is like we're not catfishing people. Like we're not trying to egg them on. So people like they have timestamps. So some guy would write like, yo, what up? Like Monday 12:56, Monday 3:12 p.m. Hey, how you doing? Fucking, it would go on for like 7 days straight, and then like some of them were funny because it'd be like, what up? Hey, you seem cool. Yo, what up? Hey, blah blah blah. Then it would get to the end. Hey, do you think you're too good for me? you like this guy went through the progression of
it's
failure.
worse than all those phone calls at the end of Swingers.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was.
I like how you keep talking like that. All of them, all these guys. It's the way you're talking. They sound black. Like, yo.
No, everybody writes black. Like everybody online writes like, you got some big ass titties.
It's TIT-TA_YZ.
Oh, I've been spelling it wrong. Shit.
If you go to guyshavenogame.com, I think there's some excerpts that you can read. We have a Hall of Fame at the end, which is like the funniest by far.
If I was to get on a dating website, my picture would be me leaning up against an 87 Chrysler LeBaron.
I know a guy, and he was a comic, and you guys might know him, so I don't want to say his name.
What does it rhyme with?
I won't say his name because he's an evil genius and he'll kill me. But one time he made me go to a bar with him, and don't say his name because you probably know when I say this. He was a world champion Scrabble winner.
I know him. He did the Make Me Laugh tour.
Did he really?
I think I know who you're talking about.
Anyway, one time he goes to a bar because he was in love with this bartender. Wait. And we go to the bar, and we sit down at the bar, and he wants me to meet him there. So I'm sitting talking to him, and all of a sudden, out of a bag, he pulls out his Scrabble trophy and puts it on the bar.
No.
And I go, what was that? And he goes, nothing. I'm like, what? I knew he liked the girl. I'm like, did you just put your Scrabble trophy on the bar? And he's like, it'll impress her. And I go, put it back in the bag. Put the Scrabble trophy back in the bag now.
Now with the advent of cell phones and words with friends, that would be an impressive
He's like, Eddie,
tactic.
I'm trying to have SEX. Triple word score on
like,
the X.
if I don't hit her in the head with this, she's never going to do it.
He shows a Scrabble trophy and he goes, look, I'm only trying to get one piece. How many shitty jokes do you think I could
Keep going. I'm looking at.
I appreciate
Hey, Jason Hervey's laughing, guys.
I'm trying to look up Josh right here. Not you, Hannes. Weinstein.
Oh, there you go. There's some excerpts.
And there's apparently the entourage guy takes all your pictures.
It's unbelievable. I was supposed to be that guy. I swear to God.
Which guy?
Oh, you auditioned for that?
Yeah. Well, they turned down the part, and
what do you mean?
They for Josh Weinstein
What do you mean?
on Entourage. That guy who ended up doing it. He turned down the part initially because they were paying nothing, and everyone was like, "The script's terrible. It's never going to go." And so they reopened auditions. I booked it, and like 2 days before I'm supposed to shoot, he
came back.
He came back, and he did it.
And what part did he play?
And turned it into nothing. Ari's like former assistant who becomes an agent.
He was in Irving,
It's
Texas,
fine.
trying to book
It's
Barney.
It's fine. Exactly. They flew him
Wasn't
to
Viner
Irving.
on Entourage? Did
Yeah.
he do an episode?
Yeah.
What did he do on there?
He played
An agent. He was an agent.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny because there's so many stories like that about like people that I had one time Coyote Ugly. I was booked on it. I got like they're like, oh, you booked it, contracted it. I'm like, cool. I'm in a movie. Blah blah blah. And then I get a call from Godfrey, the comedian. He's like, aren't you doing this movie? I'm here. I'm on the set. And I'm like,
Last day.
yeah, it was pretty much like that. And then I didn't get it. Now one of my best friends is Chris Wilde. He booked
No way.
They double booked us. They booked us both. He did the part. And he's like, yeah, it was a good chat. Johnny Knoxville and I became really good friends and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I fucking hate you. I got paid. They had to pay me. out of like the mistake.
Right.
But it was just they were like, that's how much they don't care about you. They're like,
Oh.
did we book this part or not?
Is his life changing for the better right now? It's not. Okay.
When you go to those auditions and you think it's so important, they don't even know. They're like, all right,
Do you
booked,
remember, hey, do you remember when I saw you at that commercial audition? The Thomas Ian Nichols or the guy from American Pie? Or
Oh, we were laughing.
Do you remember that audition?
Did he book it?
No, that audition was for the Blake Griffin to be a sidekick in all those Kia commercials.
Yeah.
We all are there auditioning. Jack McBrayer is the guy who they got. The guy from fucking 30 Rock and all those movies. The guy's super
that's
famous.
always do
what
that.
the fuck were we doing there?
Well, it was so funny. He and I are in an audition.
I was wearing all red. I've got all this old stuff.
He wore like the outfit. And for the shitheads that don't know, when they call for an audition for anything on TV or commercials or whatever, they ask you to like sometimes they don't say wear an outfit, but they describe what the guy's wearing. And sometimes people show up in that outfit, and sometimes it helps. I've just never been that guy.
Dress up colonial. I show up the other day to an audition. Every guy's dressed up as colonial because it's a play on the Constitution. I'm wearing like a fucking T-shirt, Levi's.
Everybody else is in wooden shoes.
And chains. Yeah.
My feet are bleeding.
They all have cholera just to play the part.
Powdered wigs.
So where are you going, Tony? You're not leaving. Sit down. All right. So
They ask you sometimes for period apparel.
So
Appropriate.
Geoff shows up wearing fucking. It said like wear
red warm-up pants.
He's got like
a Fila zip up.
Great.
They asked for like a
And then
guy
Jack
that was
McBrayer
a
gets it.
superhero, but he's dressed up. I don't know why he's dressed.
No, because
in-
Blake Griffin wears the red jumpsuit in the commercial.
He's dressed up for Christmas morning.
Yeah.
No, but they
want you
constantly
to
do
know
that.
that you're willing to be demoralized immediately.
But across from us while we're auditioning is one of the guys from American Pie.
Had Terry Reed's boy, and he was also like in Rookie of the Year. He was
What's his name?
I think it's Thomas Ian Nichols or
Thomas
you were
Ian
saying.
Nichols is across from us, and we're both going, "What happened?"
No, Eddie goes like this. Eddie goes like I didn't know. Eddie goes, "Do you see that?" And he points at him, and then I was like, "Yep." And then I go, "Yeah, I see that." And he goes, "Fucking Jim told me like he's auditioning guys who used to be stars for like
Yeah.
guest star roles."
Oh,
on
Jim
his
told
show.
me that. Jim goes, "You have to be so humble when you're the star of a TV show." He goes, because you see these people come in that were massive stars that have fallen so
Yeah.
far that it could switch on a dime where you're on top, you're on bottom.
I went on an audition, and one of the older men parts was the guy who was the head of Cobra Kai Studios from Cobra Kai Dojo from Karate
awesome.
Kid.
No way.
I love how you
Grease?
feel like that guy was on top.
He wasn't, but for that movie, the Karate Kid 1 and 2, he was on top.
Crease, right? His name Crease, John Crease. Or
He was
in
sensei.
the movie. I'm saying.
But he
Yeah,
was the
Master
sensei,
Kreese.
the evil sensei, and he was at a commercial audition dressed up in like chaps and a cowboy hat. I'm like,
Oh god, one of my first
Dude, why does that guy still have to audition? He's fucking great.
That guy was awesome.
evil sensei.
yes, sensei.
Dude, the Karate Kid movies I always thought were so weird. It's like, no high school. I went to high school. Like, some kids were nerdier, some kids were cool. There's never, like, mercenaries at your high school that
No.
you're like, hey, man, you're beating the shit out of the same kid every
ROTC.
day.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, hey, tomorrow. it's never over for you. It's like,
Never-
Apparently, you didn't go to my high school.
oh, come on.
No, listen. There was a group in my high school called the AWOL Gang that to this day people look over their shoulder when they talk about them. And there was a kid. There was the AWOL Gang that you were terrified of. If they showed up at your party, you basically went, "Okay, destroy my family's house.
Oh my.
Like, go ahead because I won't get beat up." You had a choice. They either beat you up, and then they destroy your family's home, or they destroy your family's home. So it was like you had to be so quiet about having a party because you didn't want the AWOL Gang to show up.
Jeez.
Now there was a kid. There was a
I
kid.
take it back. Where'd you go to high school?
Oh, we watched it just in
You went
Fox
to-
Chaplain. It was like a
Hey,
preppy.
fuck you,
like,
AWOL gang.
it was
He's
like
Josh Hannes.
they lived.
He went to
in,
John Hughes High.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like that. It was like that.
It was
But-
in Chicago.
But here's the better one. There was a guy named Corby who wasn't part of them, who they were afraid of. And
Some kind of wonderful.
Corby would show up to
3 o'clock
school.
high.
He was Jerry. He was that guy, Jerry Rydell from 3 O'clock High.
Yeah.
When he showed up at school, it went through the school. People were like, "Corby's here," because he came like once a month because he was busy, like either in prison or like
Class bells would just ring immediately.
beating up cops. One day,
And now it's Glee.
One day I'm in
This
the
is what's
hallway.
happening.
I know this is what happened.
It's
I'm
true,
in the
though.
hallway. Some of the AWOL
Bless you.
gangs in the hallway, and Corby comes walking down the hall, and I watch him walk up to one of the toughest guys, grab him by the hair, and start banging his head off a locker. I got so scared. This is in the middle of classes going on. I walk into a classroom that I'm not. There's a class going on. I shut the door, and the teacher goes,
I'd like to audit AP history.
it was a French class, and the teacher goes, what are you doing in here? What are you doing in here? And I go,
And you're like, Corby's here. And the teacher goes, Corby's here?
Turn off the lights.
okay, watch this.
Pull the fire
Watch
alarm.
this. Google Robert Corby right now.
You're joking.
Swear to God, watch this. Front page of the USA Today.
I like when you type in
It's
Robert.
K-O-R-B-Y.
You typed in Robert, Pattinson was above De Niro.
Put
Really?
and then
Robert
put
Pattinson.
then put FBI. No, and put it web. Just put web.
What?
Drug suspect.
Wife of drug suspect charged with killing FBI agent.
That's what
So he
Corby's
made
doing
it.
now?
He made it.
The
So
FBI.
he's not like a fucking just a high school punk.
No.
He's a real punk.
The FBI went to his house because he was selling drugs, and
His wife killed an agent.
and he ran out the back door, and the FBI is like, "We're coming in," and his wife just took a shotgun and blew an FBI agent
That's
away.
a good woman.
Yeah.
Not good for killing, but a good woman that she's committed.
But I
to
mean-
That's
defend
called
you.
a ride or die chick.
But my brother-in-law was my brother-in-law was a news producer in Pittsburgh, and he said they all knew about him in the news prior to this because the cops, they used to talk to the cops, and the cops would say, when you go to pick up Corby, you got to take a lot of cops because this
Jesus.
dude
The
was like,
local news was just like, hey, you guys know Corby? Guess what the fuck he did?
this
And
dude
it
was
like, Corby?
so fucking
Corby's
like,
on the news.
like he was the scariest guy in our high school, and he went on for the next 20 years to be terrifying.
I wonder what
And
his,
he's
why-
now he's in prison.
Isn't it weird that at some point that guy was like a little kid? You know what I mean?
I don't think he ever was. I think he had a beard at like
Right.
6.
He would cry when he didn't get ice cream.
Yeah. At
No,
some
he didn't.
point.
No, he
was just
didn't.
Like,
No, he didn't, because his dad hit him with a brick, and he stopped crying.
Yeah.
That dude is not human. I swear to God, you'd see him walking down the hall, and you'd shit your pants.
that's
That
a good
was-
story when you could tell it and then go, all right, guys, now here's the kicker. Google Corby right now. Go ahead and Google
I'm
it.
scared now.
Well, I
He's
had,
in
two,
prison.
I had two evil guys like that in my high school. One, and then the other one, who I won't say his name because I'm still afraid of him.
Right.
A guy who
Scarier than Corby?
way scarier.
Jesus, where's
This
he
is
now?
turning into like you should turn the lights on, put a flashlight under your chin while you tell the stories.
Yeah, way
Way
scarier.
scarier.
We're all
Jeff.
telling a story under a
Not
blanket.
even going to tell the story.
Watch this one. I'll just put up his name. Fuck.
He doesn't look so scary.
Yeah, wait till he has.
Yeah, you're not afraid of that? I'm afraid of that.
He looks like
That's Corby?
No, that's not him. That's the guy that was killed.
Chickless.
That's him.
That's Corby?
Yeah, that's Corby right there.
What a badass.
Dude, he looks like he fucking has kids just to hit him.
Wait, he's our age?
has kids for hitting
Yes.
practice.
Yes. Well, I mean, he was when I was a freshman, he was like an 8th year senior in high school.
Right. Okay. Well,
So
that's what it looks
He's
like.
probably
Jesus.
a lot
Corby,
older.
dude.
Yeah,
I want
Corby.
to go visit that guy
Dude,
in prison and be like,
everyone in-
dude.
Every kid in Fox Chapel High School, if you went Corby, they'd be like, Corby. To this day, everyone's like, Corby, man. He was the Jerry Rydell. All right. Type in this one. Oh, I'm afraid. Ernie, I'm not fucking kidding. Please make sure you bleep this. Please.
Ernie's just
Please.
shaking his head.
Ernie, we'll all die. I'm not kidding.
I didn't grow up in Pittsburgh. I'm okay.
No, he'll find you. Type
he-
in Douglas Spink.
Oh, he's not Italian. He's not going to find us.
Dude, watch. This kid was 2 grades or 3 grades older than me.
That's a scary name.
Spink. Please bleep this.
Oh, God. He's
That
a
guy
survival
Oh
looks
my
guest.
God.
scary.
Crazy.
Okay, wait. Now go to Webb and watch what he's been arrested for.
Dude, where the fuck did you go to school, man?
In prison?
Bestiality case? Mice in Vaseline?
What?
Coke Kingpin Douglas Spink busted
Shut
from-
up! Stop saying his name!
Oh, sorry.
He's not in jail and we'll all die.
Wait.
I like him.
How
He's
is
a
he
nice
not in
guy.
jail?
Dude, it's the most fucked up story ever. His life story could be the greatest movie because it's so fucked up. He was an internet millionaire. He went on to he got caught smuggling $5 million worth of cocaine over the border from Canada to Washington. And then the horse shit that went on is just fucking outrageous. But this 2 guys from my high school, front page of the USA Today. I told these stories on Rogan's podcast, and everybody called me a liar. So I just sent Rogan the links, and he put them up. And he was like, "Fuck all of you." He's like, he went to high school with these guys. Funny enough, those 2 are in the same class.
Jeez.
Like you thought you
I like the pictures in the margin of naked women.
They're like, if you like murderers,
Just go home. Just go home and
you might also want to see this girl diddle herself on her webcam.
go home and read about that guy, and you won't be able to sleep tonight.
What was the internet company? Facebook. Facebook.
He was one of the original owners of MySpace.
Ay.
Yeah, and he's a genius. Like, the guy is just so smart. At $34 million worth of cocaine he smuggled over the border.
What?
372 pounds. Now I know how to do cocaine math.
This is all alleged or whatever, but he did do 3 years in prison for
This is
that.
all alleged.
No, I saw a quote that he said real quick when they were scrolling. It said, "People ask me, are you the blah blah blah?" And then he said yes, and he goes, "Everything true?" And he said, "Hardly," or something. He said like it's all true, but not like you don't even know all of it or something.
Yeah, it's just look at this.
He said, although most sane people would deny.
Wait,
everything.
look at that. His name openly confessed that he takes videos and photographs of himself fucking his animals.
At least they're his.
Yeah. Seriously, stay away from my
What?
dog. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck your dog, but
What-
don't fuck mine.
Whatever you
Arnie.
do in your own home.
He's such an internet guy that he'll find us and kill us all.
He'll kill us through our.
Yeah, take the whole story out. I'm that scared of him.
We have 5 minutes in the car.
Okay. Okay.
I think he's a nice guy.
All right, we got to finish the show. Because we are running out of memory.
Jeez, it's late.
It's so fucked up. Just delete this whole thing.
Bestiality Farm.
You know the famous story of Washington that they made the documentary
Yeah.
film about the guy
Zoo.
that got killed. Yeah, it's
him.
He owns the farm.
Holy fuck! I saw that documentary.
Yeah, it's the most fucked up shit in the world. And that guy.
It's on my faves on
That
Netflix.
guy went to my high school. His sister was in my sister's sorority in college.
Did you go there when he was there?
I knew him well. My best
What was he
friend
like
in
in
the
high
world.
school?
He was always doing weird shit. He was a base jumper. He would parachute off like bridges and shit. He went off to Oregon to college at Reed College, and he was always different. He got arrested in high school for stealing shit with my friend.
He used to fuck my cat. Anyways,
He was 17.
pretty neat guy.
He was 17.
He took my cat to the prom.
He was 17. My best friend was 18, and they stole credit cards and used them. And my friend ended up going to prison, and for like a day.
He gave up his gig as Barney.
Yeah. All right, let's get off this so we can close the show. Yep, here we go. Boom. All right, so thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys doing the show.
Thank you.
We just deleted a lot of shit that shithead sorry you didn't get to hear because we'll all die. Every one of us would die. It'd be like that. What's that movie where people start dying and they don't know why?
Final
And
Destination?
It would have been Final Destination. I'm not kidding.
August Osage
Yeah.
County. Is that what it is?
I love that film, by the way. I fucking love it. Why does everyone hate it?
No, but just this is what Josh Hannes' mom calls it. Give her the Oscar titles.
Oh, she didn't. It's. No, I don't. It's dumb. My mom is a dumb story. My mom can't. She can't pronounce movies right. She's listening to this. I'm not making fun of my mom.
What did she call it?
No, she screws up movie titles.
American Herschel.
August
No,
Sausage
like,
Country.
She goes, August Sausage Country. We saw that, your father and I. And then they saw the Leonardo DiCaprio one, and she actually said, we saw The Wizard of Wall Street. I don't want to make fun of my mom.
Dude, my buddy Tex always goes, Jeff, you want to go to California Pizza Chicken? And I go, I said, is that? I was like, is that like where we're going and what you're ordering?
California Pizza Chicken.
I go, it's California Pizza Kitchen. He goes, that's why I said California Pizza Chicken. I was like,
That's why I said a booby trap. This has been a fun episode, guys. Thanks for doing it. I appreciate it. Geoff Keith, what's your TV show again? That
oh, my TV show is can I plug a couple of things? Because you have
Yeah,
so many
go,
listeners.
go,
And
go.
my podcast, I don't know if it does. I got one guy, dude, what's with the podcast? You didn't release one. I got a podcast, Guys Have No Game. I got a book, Guys Have No Game, a book of first impressions, which is just the online dating stuff I talked about. It's really funny. It's on Amazon. Just go to guyshavenogame.com. And my third album, Catch It Between Your Cheeks, is available on iTunes. Just type in Geoff Keith. And
Classy.
Twitter is my name's weird, like Geoff.
yeah, you
Geo.
got to change that.
FFKEITH. And then, Jerks with Cameras is my TV show on MTV. It's Thursdays after Ridiculousness.
What is the show about?
It's just a prank show. I was on Disaster Date on MTV for a couple, so like they hire me for prank shows.
Oh,
I guess.
nice.
I want to get into serious acting then.
Yeah, that'll get there. It worked.
I want to be in The Wizard of Wall Street too.
it worked for Whitney. She was unpunked. Oof. Josh,
The Josh and Josh Show.
Josh and Josh Show.
Yeah, I'm
It's a
on.
funny show.
It's on Twitter. I also have a handle, Fuzzy Josh. But if you want to find our weekly Thursday night comedy show that happens before Dudes with Cameras, it's called.
It's a fun show. It's a really good show. I swear, if you're in LA and you want to see a great comedy show with good comedians, not just the ones that have fucking representation that own the comedy club, go to their show. You'll see really good comics.
At Josh and Josh Show on Twitter. Bar Lubitsch every Thursday at 8:30.
Is it you're just gonna let him plug for you? You have nothing else?
That's what I hired him for.
Oh, you have nothing else? You have no.
This guy's getting Wonder Years residuals. He doesn't need to do shit.
Guys, this has been fun. Thank you very much. And
Thank you,
as
Eddie.
always, check me out at eddief.com and all my check me out at what's it called? The Comedy Madhouse in San Diego.
Madhouse Comedy Club.
Madhouse
I've done
Comedy
it, yeah.
Club. I'm there coming up this weekend. You can see me Friday and Saturday. Shitheads, let me know. I'll hook you up. And my Australian tour starts the 15th. I will be in Adelaide for 29 shows. 29 shows in Adelaide. Then I'm doing like 8 in Melbourne. I am doing the Melbourne Comedy Festival. I'm at the Forum Theatre. Sydney, I'm at the Fusebox Theatre. And Perth, I don't know the name of the Astor Theatre. So check out all my dates and everything, and buy your tickets, and send any questions to eddief.com. There's all kinds of info on there and stuff. And I'm not good at this part of the show.
Good on you.
Yeah, I don't plug well.
I thought you did very well.
Yes.
Thank you.
Your father was listening. He liked it.
I'd like to thank all the Jews. Thank you guys. Good night.
Thanks, man.
Good night.
Thank you.